Mustangs from past and present will be gathering tonight here at Mustang Panther Stadium in Grapevine, as it is homecoming night for your Grapevine Mustangs as they prepare to take on the Poly Parrots out of Fort Worth ISD in this 4-5A Division II matchup. Right, he's going to be stopped short, and it's into the end zone for the touchdown. Good evening, Mustang fans, and welcome to Mustang Panther Stadium as we are here tonight for homecoming night between the Grapevine Mustangs and the Poly Parrots. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio here with you live as we get ready for the matchup between the Mustangs and the Parrots. And Tim, the Mustangs tonight come into this game not only wanting to get a big win on homecoming, as you always want to do, but also trying to rebound from a really disappointing game last week.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better night to rebound. Homecoming, it's about 80 degrees, or it will be about 80 degrees at kickoff as the sun sets. It's a perfect night for football. And yeah, this is, I was at practice earlier this week. These guys are excited. They put last week behind them, and they're ready to get to work here tonight.
Yes, it was a disappointing night last week in the Red Rail rivalry as the Heritage Panthers were able to dominate that matchup. But everything as far as even possible district title aspirations are still in front of Grapevine as they advance in the schedule here in 4-5A Division II. But in order for those hopes and dreams to still stay in front of them, first thing comes tonight, and that is a win over Poly on homecoming.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with Harrison Hackbarth there. He had come out early on the field. We talked at about 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. And what he said was, look, I'm glad we get to play again this week. It's only a couple days. Last week was a weird week. We had some things not go our way, but we're going to be fine. The positive attitude was just emoting off of him, and that's, I'm sure, going to resonate to the rest of the team, and they're going to come out ready to make a statement tonight.
And with that idea of getting right back on the horse here on the AC Pros pregame show, we're going to take you right now to the thoughts of Grapevine head coach Bob DeBess as I did my pregame interview with him earlier this week.
Just about where we're at right now is just our penchant for shooting ourselves in the foot, particularly on offense, and we did that far too much on Friday night. But I'm going to go back to giving credit to where credit's due. Colleyville played a really, really good football game, had us on our heels all night. Their skill positions did a tremendous job, and in my opinion, their quarterback was the difference in the game.
Yes, Luke Ulrich really played well. You know, I know we as a broadcast team were expecting him to be a greater part of the run game, and maybe because they got a big weapon back on Friday in Braden Blewett, who hadn't played all season because of injury. Maybe that was part of why he didn't run the ball as much, but he still did hurt you with his athletic ability just by keeping the play alive.
Yeah, he extended plays. I mean, a lot of their explosives came off of him extending plays, us having him hemmed in or putting pressure on or doing a good job covering down the field, nowhere to go, and then he would somehow find a way to escape and find an open receiver. So again, he was their war daddy, and I was very impressed with him and how he competed. And it hurt. It definitely hurt. It still stings. But obviously, we don't want Colleyville to beat us twice, and we've got to get ready for Poly.
Just as a coaching staff, and just kind of how you process things as a coach, when a team brings back a guy like a Braden Blewett, and he hadn't played all season, you understand how big of a weapon he can be. How do you adjust to things like that during a football game?
Well, it's not so much about him as it's not so much about one player. It's about scheme and what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go. Now, obviously, that was a tremendous player that they were targeting. I think some of those big plays that we just talked about, as far as extended plays, they went to him. He wasn't necessarily the number one guy or what have you. And so I think more than anything else, it was just a combination of two really good football players that were hot that night, and they benefited from having him back. I think that they've got a chance to, if they stay healthy, I think they've got a chance to have a really good season.
When you play an emotional game like a rivalry game in the middle of the season, whether it goes for you or against you, how do you guys transition back into, okay, all of our goals as far as playoffs, possibly even a district title, are still in front of us? How do you, especially with young men of this age and this level of youth, how do you get them back on track and kind of tamp down the emotion of what happened on Friday?
I think the first thing is you let them feel and experience whatever emotions they have immediately after the game. There wasn't a lot of talk. I didn't have a whole lot to say after the game. I told them I was proud of them. I told them, but I also was real with them about what had just happened. But I can tell you this. I said this at the TV show this week. That was as quiet a post-game locker room as I've seen in my time here at Grapevine, because it hurt, and they expected more and they expected better, and it was disappointing. We came in Saturday morning. It was still very quiet, but more resolved than disappointment. And so I think they had to work through their emotions first before we actually said, okay, let's be real about what's happened. Let's talk about specifics. Then let's put it to rest and move forward. Because there's a time you have to move forward, or else you will have problems. And so I think it's just understanding where they're at and understanding that they need to experience those emotions and to not deny those emotions. If this week's work is any indication, we're going to be fine.
It was interesting because, despite the margin of the game as the second half got underway, I think if there was something positive you could take out of the game, it was the level of play that they put on the field in the second half of that ball game, which was pretty even.
Much better, particularly on the defensive side. For the offense to get the ball at the 10-yard line or inside the 10-yard line 3 times in one night and come away with 0 points is it's mind-boggling, number one, but it's inexcusable. And so for the defense to have, hung in there and stood their ground and gave the offense, a couple of chances there in the second half, you got to give them a lot of credit. And so there were positives to pull from. There were guys that played really good ball games, and that's always going to be the case. We experienced this. My first ball game here in 2021, Colleyville beat us 42-7.
Yes.
So it's not like we haven't been here before. Last year we had our way with them, and so that's kind of been my experience in this Red Rail rivalry. It kind of hadn't been a close one yet, so we got a lot of football left. We're just halfway through the season. We got some big district games, or all big district games coming up, and looking forward to that.
Now you've got the Poly Parrots coming here to MPS tonight. When you look at them, what are some of the things that you want to kind of focus on in attacking that squad?
First off, what we had to focus on this week is another week of distractions. I say distractions. I don't mean it that way, but I'm talking about a lot going on outside of football because it's homecoming week.
Right.
So that was obviously addressed at the beginning of the week. But the other thing that was addressed was the fact that this is a brand new coaching staff at Poly, and there's a noticeable difference. There's a noticeable difference in organization. There's a noticeable difference as far as scheme is concerned, as far as effort is concerned. So this is not the Poly program that we've seen in my first 2 years here. This is a much better program overall, a much better football team, a team that has a good plan on both sides of the ball, and a team that will bring some really good athleticism, to Mustang Stadium on Friday. So they got our attention real quick. All you got to do is put on the video and see. They got our attention really quick. A lot of multiplicity on both sides of the ball. So we've had to kind of slow things down in practice and talk about different looks and not necessarily schemes. You just hope you can line up right. You hope that you can make the correct calls, identification on offense to get people going the right direction. So didn't take long, to be honest with you, to get their attention as far as Poly, because they could see the difference as well.
All right, right, Coach. We really, as always, we appreciate you taking the time to talk with
Absolutely.
us, and we're looking forward to the game tonight.
You bet. Thank you.
This head coach Bob DeBest of the Grapevine Mustangs. We'll be back with more of the AC Pros pregame show. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family-owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full-service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care, but big enough to take care of business.
Go Mustangs!
Welcome back to Mustang Friday Night, presented by our friends at AC Pros. And at this time, it's this week's edition of Tim's Takes, brought to you by our friends at Lee Lewis Construction. Take it away, Tim.
Thank you, Jacob, and welcome back to Mustang Friday Nights. I sure missed y'all last week when I was running around the streets of New York, but I'm excited to be back in the booth with you, Jacob, and watching our Grapevine Mustangs. As always, I went to practice this week and had the privilege to speak with sophomore defensive standout Tatum Evans and senior wide receiver Will Matheny. Now, as a receiver, Matheny doesn't get a lot of opportunities to catch the ball due to the offensive scheme. However, when he does get that chance, he makes good on it with soft hands, good speed, and running very precise routes. Where Matheny really has his most impact, though, is going to be with his downfield blocking. O-line blocks for first downs, wide receivers block for touchdowns. We talk about it every week. And Will, he takes great deal of pride in his blocking. He told me it started at an early age when he was playing in his Pee-wee in 4th grade, being coached by our very own Trey Bell and Kelvin Martin from the Dallas Cowboys, amongst others. We have seen several big runs and touchdowns come off Will Matheny's blocks this season. I'm sure we're going to see more as the season progresses. He also owns his own landscaping company, so if your yard needs some work, go ahead and reach out to him. He plans to study business in college and wanted to give a very special shout-out to his mom, so shout out there to Mrs. Matheny. Next up, I had the chance to sit down with one of the emerging stars on this defense. His position is listed as Jack, which means he plays in the middle, he plays outside coming off the edge, and sometimes even puts his hand in the ground at nose tackle, which he smiled really large when he started talking about getting down in the ground at the nose tackle position. I'm talking about Tatum Evans, the sophomore linebacker who is listed at 6'2", 215, and he's every bit that size. He is one of just 7 underclassmen. He's been a player in this defense since he was a freshman, so this is his second year. He knew, Jacob, as an 8th grader, that he was going to be at least practicing with the varsity and got into the lineup last year. He said guys like, the defensive starters from last year and this year, Devin Thomas, Leighton Towery, have really helped him come along in his game. His father was a kicker at Baylor. Played with Jacob Dattamore here in high school. He was a kicker for Baylor. He's looking at Notre Dame and Baylor as possible schools to go to. His favorite hobby is hanging out with his siblings when they come home from college. Also, he wanted me to give a shout out to his mom. Each and every week, Jacob, I really enjoy talking with these guys from the team. We're going to have more spotlights as we go through the year, maybe even get some coaches in there. It's a privilege. It's an honor to talk to these guys, and I can't wait to see Will and Tatum do work here tonight, Jacob.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim, it's not often that you see a high school senior that already owns his own business.
And
has already got his mind set on that. And I think that's phenomenal for Will Matheny. Tatum Evans, we've seen it since last year. Tatum Evans has been making plays since his freshman year. He really pops on the tape on this defense and has continued to do so all season. The teams, or I should say Grapevine, has come onto the field. We have not seen the Poly Parrots yet. Looks like they're about to come out of the locker room. Sometimes coming over here from middle of Fort Worth during rush hour can be a bit of a bear.
Not fun.
Getting over here to Grapevine.
It's also not fun to get to Fort Worth in rush hour.
No,
either.
It's not. It can be a pain at times, but we're waiting for the Poly Parrots to come on the field before we have the national anthem tonight. But in this matchup this evening, we talked about last week a little bit. We touched on it. It was a poor week for Grapevine. They didn't play very well, and it really hurt that it was against their rival as well. Tonight is about bouncing back and getting back on the horse and really trying to shore things up, because you still have a lot of games to play in this district. Obviously, everything's still in front of you. Colleyville Heritage doesn't play until tomorrow. They'll play Southwest tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. over in Fort Worth. Arlington Heights won last night. They defeated Trimble Tech, so they are now at 3-0 in district play. We already know that. But the key thing is for Grapevine to go ahead and win tonight to keep pace, because Heights and Heritage play next week in this district, and so that game is going to tell us a lot about how these district standings may shake out as we get towards the end of the season.
Sure, and on paper, this is a great quote-unquote bounce-back game for Grapevine. They have dominated Poly over the last couple of years, and losing last week to Northside 14-0, losing to the backup quarterback there at Northside. You have to think that Poly is right for the picking, so to speak, and if Grapevine can come out, focus on their job, play up to their level, maybe not down to their competition, could be a big night and a big confidence booster for them moving on into district play.
Absolutely. Poly has definitely struggled. They're only 1-4 coming into this game tonight. And as you mentioned last week, they lost to a Northside team that would have been playing, because we saw their starting quarterback get injured in the game against Grapevine. Now the backup quarterback for Northside obviously had a full week to practice and be ready for that game, but they still got shut out by Northside 14-0. So they're a team that is really struggling coming into this game. And also for Grapevine, bottom line, this team, which replaced so many starters on both sides of the ball, while they've had games where they've played hard, they just haven't had a lot of success. We saw week one against Wakeland where they had opportunities that they could have won that game, and they weren't able to make the plays. Again, the game against Azle in week 2 on the road, a game that I think it's honest for us to say that they should have won that game, and because of some mistakes in the second half kind of gave that one away late in a game that they should have been able to get into the win column. And then, of course, last week against Heritage, while I think we can say that Heritage played extremely well and you could maybe say was the better team, that was a game that could have been a lot more competitive than it was if not for Grapevine's own mistakes. Grapevine right now is still a team that's kind of struggling to get out of their own way.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to learn how to win, and that's what they're trying to do, is figure out what is their recipe, how do they learn how to go from start to finish, play strong the entire game with no let-up, and learn how to win week in and week out.
Poly Parrots are now coming out of the locker room and are about to come onto the field. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that Poly got here a little later than they planned to because of traffic. So they're about to come onto the field and get things going tonight. They are under first-year head coach C.J. Wilson, coming into this game at 1-4 and 0-2 in district play. Their one win came in week 2 against Dallas Samuel, with a 50-12 score there. But otherwise, they've kind of struggled against some of their other Fort Worth ISD foes and are about to come onto the field. And the Mustangs and the Parrots will get things going here momentarily for homecoming. And, we saw this game last year over at Hanley Field. The Parrots have some athletes, of course, but this is a game that I think we believe the Mustangs, if they are on their game, should control tonight.
Absolutely, and then like you said, on their game. They look like they had a good week of practice. Like I said, getting the loss out of their mind, moving on quickly, which you have to do, win or lose. By Monday, you've got to be ready to get back to work. I think this team was ready to get back to work. A lot of positive vibes on the sideline, and they look ready to go here tonight for homecoming.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you what you're looking to see tonight. I know what I'm personally looking for, and I want to see Harrison Hackbarth kind of get back on his game tonight. He struggled a little bit last week. It was a game that there was a lot of things that went wrong both ways, not necessarily things that were his fault, but I want to see him back really throwing like we saw in that Northside game where he was on point, on time, on target with his throws, and also in the run game with the option game. I want to see him getting back to that tonight.
Yeah, well, you want to see that. You want to see consistency on both sides of the ball. You want to see a good pass rush when it's applicable. Stop the run in the middle of the field. On offense, get the ball to your playmakers and make really accurate, on-time throws if you're Harrison Hackbarth.
Captains tonight for the Grapevine Mustangs as they meet at midfield for the coin toss. Number 95, Ty Hohenberger. Number 10, Will Matheny, who you talked about in Tim's takes. We have number 97, Vili Motomano, and number 37, Maddox Stanley.
Looks like Grapevine won the toss and elected to receive.
Okay, so they're going to start on offense tonight. Captains tonight for Poly are number 6, Markalen Shepard, and number 25, Jose Valdez. So, the Grapevine Mustangs, let's go ahead and give the starters on, okay, we'll go ahead and give the starters on offense.
Not just yet.
The Mustangs will start on
There we
offense.
go.
We'll give you the starters here momentarily. But the Mustangs tonight, maybe wanting to set the tone a little bit with that offense and see if they can kind of get them on track tonight. Wanting to go ahead and receive the ball here on homecoming night.
I don't mind it. Being aggressive right from the start. Looking to set the tone early here in the first quarter.
And right now, let's go down to the field for our national anthem with the Grapevine High School Choir in the north end zone. Excellent job by the Grapevine High School Choir on the national anthem, and we will be getting going here momentarily with the opening kickoff. The Poly Parrots tonight coming in their road white jerseys with black pants with an orange stripe down each leg, black numbers, and a black helmet with that Poly Parrot logo. The Mustangs tonight going with the red, white, and blue look. The red jerseys with white numbers outlined in blue, the blue pants with a white stripe with red on either side, and of course the white helmet with the red Mustang logo on that white helmet. So the Mustangs tonight going with the multicolor look. And the kick return team coming on to the field with Darius Burns and Rondale Kiner going back to receive.
Rondale, bye-bye, Carradine. Do they kick it to him to start the game off with? I wouldn't.
And I'll be interested to see if they go ahead and get Rondale involved immediately in the offense. Last week,
I would.
Yeah, last week was a little confusing because it almost seemed like they were using him a bit as a decoy and weren't getting him very involved early, maybe trying to go other directions, and it just didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Tried to get him involved more than the second half, but by that point it's a little too late, so we'll see what happens tonight. Poly Parrots on the field to kick things off. Going to be kicking is number 50, Hector Marinez. And we are underway here on homecoming night. Kick is going to be received at the 14-yard line by Darius Burns. Going up the field past the 30 into the open field. Breaking a tackle to midfield. Inside the 40, inside the 30, and finally brought down at about the 27-yard line by number 5, Diego Gonzalez. A spectacular return from Darius Burns. 2 weeks in a row now, the Mustangs have opened the game with a big special teams play.
Well, pick your poison. You don't want to kick it to Carradine, so you kick it to Burns, and Burns makes you pay. And who does he run behind? Carradine. Why not? Carradine leading the way, getting some blocks, and great job by that return team to set up that wedge and get down the sideline.
A 60-yard return from Darius Burns. Last week it was Bryson Davis who returned this opening kickoff 89 yards to start the game. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 26 of Poly. Snap back, handoff to Dunn inside the 25, down to about the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him 6 yards on 1st down. Starters on offense for the Grapevine Mustangs. We'll go ahead and start with the big guys up front. As up front you have senior Ryan Knight at left tackle, junior Daniel Campos at left. I said at right tackle, I meant left tackle. At left guard, Daniel Campos, the junior. Sophomore Ethan Rudolph at center. Right guard, Bergen Weir, the junior. And at right tackle, sophomore Hunter Caudle. 2nd and 4. Snap back. Speed option. And Harrison Hackbarth's going to keep it. He's inside the 15. And as he cuts back to the middle, he steps out of bounds. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. Gets 5 yards down to the 20, which will move the chains. But he did try to cut it out. In the backfield with Harrison Hackbarth, the senior starting quarterback. You have number 2, Darius Burns at 1 wide receiver. The senior, number 10, Will Mathena, the senior, the other wide receiver. DeMontrez Dunn and Connor Bell, number 4 and number 24, your 2 senior running backs. And, of course, your big play guys, number 21, Rondale Kiner, the senior, will play some slot receiver as well as tailback. And tight end, number 22, senior Brady Wagner. 1st and 10, and Harrison Hackbarth, let's see if they got the timeout. Something that he didn't like. The play clock was running down, but it was about 5 seconds left, and he saw something he didn't like, and the Mustangs used their first timeout here on 1st and 10.
We sure did, and that's okay. I mean, you like to see that. If you don't see what you want, go ahead, call the timeout. You're in a position to score here. Don't waste any plays.
Of course, Carradine has jumped in front as the big play guy on this offense since he came back into the lineup, but this offense this season has been driven by this running attack that has been led by seniors DeMontrez Dunn and Connor Bell. DeMontrez Dunn this season averaging almost 6.5 yards a carry with a touchdown. Connor Bell right behind him averaging about 5.9 a carry with a couple of scores. Both of these two guys, it's really been a true tag team in the backfield between the two of them.
Yeah, they really enjoy sharing the carries too. There's no animosity between the two of them. They like to block for each other, and they enjoy each other's success.
1st and 10 at the 15 for the Mustangs. We'll call it the 14, actually. Carradine comes in motion, goes into the backfield. High snap, and is picked up by Hackbarth. He breaks and gets away from one man, dodges a man inside the 10, and wow, what a great job by Harrison Hackbarth making something out of nothing. The snap was kind of high and to his right, and he was able to corral it on his shoulder, but it completely threw off the timing. It was supposed to be a speed option play, and he just outran one defender to the corner, cut inside another, and ends up getting 7 yards.
Yeah, speed option right turns into counter left. And great job by Hackbarth to outrun the defender and get a block to get upfield.
2nd and 3, and this snap again is high, picked up by Hackbarth. He's trying to get away, see if he can get rid of the ball. He does, throws it over the head of DeMontrez Dunn. I tell you what, that is what you call a very good incompletion for the Grapevine offense.
That another presence of mind to corral that high snap. You're taught usually to fall on it. Harrison says, no, I'm not going to fall. I'm going to make a play. He almost makes the play, getting it out to Dunn here in the flat. Very, very close. Good heads up, though, to take that incompletion. Like you said, no lost yardage, no harm, no foul.
He got a lucky bounce, I think, a little bit. That was allowed him to just pick it up and run with it and scramble about. And what he did was he just threw it, I think maybe intentionally, threw it over the head of DeMontrez Dunn to get the incompletion and reset on 3rd and 3 from the 7-yard line of Poly. Good snap this time. Handoff to Connor Bell, who drives forward inside the 5. It's going to be close. We'll see where they mark this. Needed to get to the 4 for a 1st down. We'll see if they're going to mark him just short, about a half yard short. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard as Bell got tripped up as he crossed the line of scrimmage. And now they're going to stop playing. I think they're going to measure for this and see if it's a 1st down. They marked the ball, looked like right at the 4-yard line.
Very, very close. Just it looks like it's right on top of the field. And now
Yeah.
they've said first down, so that's going to be first and goal.
Yeah, they've changed the call. They've said first and goal. So a 3-yard carry for Connor Bell moves the chain and sets up first and goal from the 4-yard line. Split backfield, out of the pistol. Good snap, handoff to Dunn up the middle inside the 5 and into the end zone. And Demontrez Dunn walks it into the corral for a Grapevine touchdown.
Just too easy, right off number 55. He's playing left guard tonight. It's Hunter Cadell. He makes a great block and leads him right into the end zone. Touchdown, Dunn, touchdown, Grapevine.
And we're seeing the replay right now. Caudle actually over at right tackle and with Weir inside of him at right guard, or did they switch some guys?
Yeah,
they did. They
he's
switched some
left
guys
guard.
around. They
Yeah.
switched a little bit
And look at
around.
that.
and
He blocks two guys. And
great
lets Hunter
pull
get in.
that time by Hunter Caudle.
They've got Hunter at left
guard.
and then they've got number 65, who is
Number 65, Josiah Vasquez.
They've got him at right tackle tonight. They've got number 70, Bergen Weir was at right guard.
Yeah, so a couple of changes tonight in the
Couple changes to the
offensive
lineup,
line.
looks like,
Yeah. So Josiah Vasquez was at right guard on that play, and they moved Hunter Caudle to left guard.
I really
which-
like Hunter in that guard position. He took on 2 guys and really opened up a huge hole there to get him into the end zone.
We're going to take a quick break here on Mustang Friday Night. This is Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio on Mustang Friday Night, presented by Tradio.
How did you sleep last night? Is your mattress ruining your sleep or causing your back to hurt? If yes is the answer, it's time for a new mattress and a rest test. At Stacy's, our trained sleep consultants are here to take the guesswork out of buying a new mattress. An important purchase like this shouldn't be made online or shipped to you without a rest test. We have so many options and prices to choose from. Let us help you select the perfect mattress so you'll sleep better tonight. Remember, if you're not shopping at Stacy's, you're burning.
Back here on Mustang Friday Night, Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio here with you, and the kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback. The Mustangs take the first possession. Of course, a great kickoff return by Darius Burns, and the Mustangs go 27 yards on the opening possession, finished off by a 4-yard touchdown run from Demontrez Dunn. So just to clear up the offensive line, we weren't sure, but there apparently has been an injury to Daniel Campos, the left guard, so they have moved sophomore Hunter Caudle from right tackle to left guard and moved Josiah Vasquez, the senior, number 65, up to right tackle tonight, at least in the starting lineup.
Campos is in his jersey and shorts down on the sideline,
Yeah.
so we're not sure of that situation, but
Handoff on first down over the 25 out to about the 28-yard line.
and there he is right away, number 11.
Tatum Evans making
we talked
the tackle.
about him at the top of the show, and he's letting his presence be known early on in this. You can see him. He's at the middle linebacker currently.
Gain of 3 for the Parrots on first down. That carry by Saidi Wasaidi. 2nd and 7 now for the Parrots at their own 28.
One thing about these linebackers in this 3-4, 3-5 system, 3-2-5, you have to be versatile.
Another handoff on second down out past the 30. Nice run over left tackle. 5 yards out to the 33-yard line once again by Wasidi. Starting quarterback tonight is number 8, Terrell Jones. And now the Parrots running some tempo, going with a trip stack formation here to the near side of the field with their wide receivers in a 4-wide formation.
Now they're changing out of it. Typically you'll see some sort of a screen come out of that. But now they're going to go and do it to the wide side of the field with a diamond type of stack.
Yeah, a little
now.
bunch formation with number 5, Diego Gonzalez, number 1, Nat Gabrieliamos.
And all that just to run the ball and probably get a holding penalty on top of it. Wow. A lot of movement.
Yeah,
Maddox Stanley with the big tackle in the backfield.
May have had an illegal formation because that flag came out almost immediately. We'll see.
Oh, this is on the defense.
Oh, a face mask on the tackle. Okay.
Gosh.
So the Mustangs commit a personal foul. That'll move the ball out to midfield after the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Parrots at midfield.
Certainly not ideal to give up a first down there with the big personal foul penalty. We've seen more penalties this year than we're used to.
Your starting wide receiver is number 10, Daniel Mata, number 28, James Queen, number 1, Nat Gabriel Ibamos, handoff, quarterback draw on first down, and the Mustangs are all over it. The scrum is kind of moving forward. Ended up going to be a 3-yard gain. Actually, a really good job by Terrell Jones to keep the pile moving and gain 3 yards out of that. He was brought down by Bradley Stanier, number 43.
Very rugby-ish looking play there.
And the Parrots are coming out interestingly. They're running tempo here against this Grapevine defense, trying to see if they can throw them off. Mustangs in kind of their 3-3-5 set here. We'll give you the starters as soon as we have a moment here. 4 wides, 2 receivers stacked on either side. 2nd and 7, handoff up the middle and stacked up immediately. Vili Motamanu was the first man into the backfield. He got a hand on the running back, didn't make the tackle, but he allowed his teammates to clean it up for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing the nose tackle and just doesn't get blocked up front. Immediately with those quick hands and feet is able to get into the backfield and make the immediate stop.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 8. Your starters on defense up front. You have Vili Motamanu, number 97, out there tonight getting the start. Bradley Stanier at 1 defensive end. Tatum Avens is kind of your hybrid defensive end linebacker. You also have Leighton Towery and Cooper Towery both out there, along with number 99, Devin Thomas. Handoff on 3rd down. Not much doing as Leighton Towery and it looks like Maddox Stanley, number 37, come up to make the stop after a gain of about 3 yards by Saidi Wasaidi.
Absolutely no gap to run the football there. Great job by the defense to converge on that, diagnose that quickly, and make the tackle. Boy,
Leighton Towery read that thing immediately from his middle linebacker spot, just scraped to the outside and got around the block of the Poly offensive lineman and stopped that 5 yards short of the sticks.
Yeah, Poly continues to move people to one side of the field, trying to get Grapevine to overload and then run the opposite way, and so far that tactic has not been working.
The punt is an end-over-end line drive, but he gets a good roll inside the 10, rolling all the way down to about the 5-yard line before it dies. Great punt by number 50, Hector Marinez, as the Mustangs will take over at their own 6 after the 39-yard punt from Marinez. So the Parrots, with the help of a penalty, get the ball into Great Mustang territory, but aren't able to do anything more than that, but they do pin Grapevine on the punt.
Yeah, it's never fun to be in the shadow of your own end zone, that's for sure. But this is how you got to get out of here, and you got to have a nice drive and seize control of this game right now.
Mustangs come out on first down with a 3-wide set and 2 backs in the backfield. Snap back, handoff to Dunn. He's going to get the corner over the left side, out to the 10, the 15, and he's going to get past the first down marker. They're going to mark him out of the 18, a gain of 12 for DeMontrez Dunn. They just sealed off that corner on the left side, Tim.
Great job by the entire left side of the line. As you can see here, you can see everyone's got a hat on a hat, and then Darius Burns downfield is going to be about 14 yards downfield, taking his guy all the way out, and then puts his hands up, knows that the runner's coming to him. Very smart play and a great block downfield by Burns.
1st and 10 at the 18 now for Grapevine. Snap back, handoff again to Dunn. Trying to go over the left side again. He gets the corner up to the 25 and knocked out of bounds. Another great gain on first down. They're going to mark him at the 26 for a gain of 8 yards for DeMontrez Dunn, who is off to a really good start.
And that's Brady Wagner getting involved in the downfield blocking now. You don't want him coming after you if you're a little DB for sure. He opens up a lane, and Will Matheny was on that side, and he took his corner straight out of bounds into the Poly sideline. So great downfield blocking. He's opening up some big runs.
2nd and 2 now for the Mustangs. Handoff to Connor Bell up the middle to the 30. Steps through a couple of arm tackles up to the 31. Solid gain to move the chains. 5 yards for Connor Bell to make it a first down.
Burden Rear, he really opened up the whole center there. He pancaked about 2 Poly defenders. Connor sees the hole, gets right up in there. Look at that. Makes a little cut, gets up left. Look at the pancake in the middle of the screen there. Get a little extra syrup for you.
Nice open field tackle for Poly by number 1, Nat Gabriel Ibamos at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Snap back again. It's a handoff to Bell, and he's got room to the 40, 45, 50, and nearly breaks it into the open field. I think maybe a touchdown-saving tackle right there by number 28, James Queen. Otherwise, Connor Bell might have gone the distance.
Well, that's a great, really great play design. They weren't expecting the first man through to get the ball. Huge lane on that left side. Will Matheny downfield making the block. Look at him go. And he makes that cut. He has to cut to get upfield to the center. Look, Connor Bell's a very hard runner, has deceptive speed, but not that real breakaway speed from the middle of the field, but great run.
24 yards for Connor Bell, 1st and 10 at the Poly 45. Burns in motion. Snap back handoff to Dunn up the middle this time, trying to go over left guard. Not much room. Only a gain of about a yard that time, as bringing him down was number 6, the captain, Markalen Shepard. Better job that time by the Poly Parrot defense defending that quick hitter run.
And that's the first time we've seen the Poly defense make a play at the line of scrimmage tonight. I don't think that will become a normal thing that we'll see throughout the evening, but that was the first time they were able to do that.
2nd and 9 for the Mustangs at the 44 of the Parrots. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Speed option this time. They get it to Carradine. He's got room, and he accelerates,
Bye-bye.
and he is going to take this into the corral. Touchdown, Grapevine, as Rondale Carradine on his first touch of the ball game takes it 44 yards into the house.
You know, and as he comes in motion, I'm thinking, wow, we haven't seen a Carradine touch yet. He gets his first touch, and bye-bye Carradine, as we know.
I think the plan was on that first drive to get it to him once or twice, but we had a couple of poor snaps on those plays.
Yeah.
And this time, good snap, great option, and Carradine uses that great speed to get it into the end zone, and very quickly the Mustangs are up 2 scores.
Harrison sure has figured out that pitch.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. It's up and good. 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. And the Mustangs lead 14-0. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio. We're going to take a break here on Mustang Friday Night, here presented by Tradio.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family-owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full-service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care, but big enough to take care of business.
Go Mustangs!
Hayden Rhodes lines up the kick high, deep into the end zone. Going to land. Wow, that one's going to clear the end zone this time. Great kickoff by Hayden Rhodes. And the Parrots will start at their own 25-yard line.
That was a tremendous kick. Now, we won't mention that the flags are flowing that way and that there's a good
little bit of a north wind behind him
to help him out, but I mean, he typically gets the ball in the end zone.
A little bit of a north wind behind him as that cold front, I think, is starting to move through. Yeah. You know, the temperature. The temperature right now is, I think, in the upper. Yeah, it's 79 degrees. We started right at about 80 degrees at kickoff. One of the cooler nights of the year. Tomorrow, for
72 degrees.
Oh my God! Tomorrow is going to be what my friend Keith Moreland from the University of Texas likes to call a Chamber of Commerce day here in the Metroplex. It's going to be gorgeous. 1st and 10 for the Parrots at their own 25. Quarterback draw, trying to go over the right side. Pile getting just pushed. Again, nice job by that Poly offensive line and by the quarterback Terrell Jones to move the pile about 3 yards for a gain of 3 to the 28.
Very Philadelphia Eagles-ish, the way they moved the pile in the middle there. Now they've got these 3 receivers out here bunched again to the right. Last time they did this, they ran left. They've been doing that all night. They've been trying to get Grapevine to overload to one side so they can run back the other way again. Not working because you're not really getting protection up front from your offensive line right now.
Trying to see if they can move the Grapevine defense around.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working.
2nd and 7 at the 28. Snap back to Jones. Fires one out to the far side through the hands of his wide receiver. I believe that was number 2. No, that was number 5, Diego Gonzalez. He would have had a little bit of room to maneuver. Might have gotten a solid gain out of that, but just had the ball go right through his hands.
Yeah, and off that tip, very fortunate it wasn't a pick six. We had Thomas Powers was right there, number 25, the 5'9", 185-pound DB. And that had he been able to grab that ball, he was off to the races.
3rd and 7 now for the Parrots at their own 28-yard line, and flags come in. Your starters on the offensive line for the Poly Parrots at right tackle, We have, looks like number 61, which I don't have a 61 on my roster, which is unfortunate. I do have number 77, Mayburn Salas, at right guard. Snap back on 3rd and 7. Little quick hitter caught at the 25, and it's going to be dropped for a loss as the Mustangs were all over that little quick hitter throw. First up, Cooper Towery on the hit, and they drop him for a loss of 2 on the play.
Well, there's Cooper, little brother of the bigger Towery. We know we've got 2 of them out there, Leighton Towery and Cooper Towery, and they have been really causing trouble for opposing offenses this entire year together. They're having a great time doing it. Leighton's going to be on his way to college. Cooper, I'm sure, will follow in just a couple of years, but he's got a good career here ahead of him in Grapevine.
Punt team back on. Hector Marinez back for the punt. High snap, but he corrals it, and it's blocked. And it's going to be covered right at the 16, but coming through and getting the block was number 37, Maddox Stanley. The high snap threw off the timing just enough to allow Stanley to get in and block that punt. It was a great job, I thought, by Marinez to catch it, but it took him an extra second to try and get into his motion, and Maddox Stanley destroyed that punt.
And Stanley's been close this year to a couple of punt blocks, so it's good to see that happen. Very athletic, gets through there quickly, gets his hands up, nice block, and big momentum for Grapevine now as they are already in scoring position.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs as they take over at the 15 of Poly. 2 backs in the backfield, split out of the shotgun, handoff to Connor Bell, trying to get the corner, and he doesn't. That is a great job getting in and making the tackle that time.
Number 3.
That was number 3, Saidi Wasidi. A lot of players for this Poly Parrot team play both ways, but Wasidi comes in and makes the nice open field tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then a flag came in late from the back judge, so let's see what the penalty is. I saw that flag coming in after the play was dead.
You don't see Connor being taken down by the first guy very often.
No, not very often at all. But
he just happened to catch his ankle there and trip him up.
That was a good ankle tackle. Really just cut the legs out from under Connor.
Impossible to run without your legs underneath of you.
Or at least a lot more difficult. Yeah. I guess you could try running on your hands. Possible.
That means somebody can do it, I'm sure.
Oh, no. Well, somebody from the Mustangs got flagged for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the play.
55, did they say?
Hunter Caudle? Yeah, Hunter Caudle got flagged for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the play. So the down counts, and it backs things up to the 30-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd and 25. That will not make Coach DeBesse happy at all.
No. Now he's got one-on-one at the top with Will Matheny. Will they take advantage?
Snap back, hand off to Bell again, and he goes over the right side. And I tell you what, great job by Poly once again. They penetrated, got through, and just destroyed that play. Number 11, Bertrand Jones that time, the one who made the stop on Connor Bell, is they got penetration into the backfield and dropped Connor for a loss of a yard.
They were ready and waiting for that dive off the right side. So now you have to wonder, maybe a screen speed option, one of your better plays to get the ball into one of your speedster's hands to try to eat up some of these yards.
3rd down now. Hackbarth back to throw. He's got a wide open Ren, and Connor Bell leaks out of the backfield, and he's going to take this one into the corral for the touchdown from 31 yards out. Connor Bell just leaked out on a little circle route out of the backfield, and no one from the Poly defense went with him. Easy pitch and catch from Harrison Hackbarth.
Play design. You have the 2 receivers on that wide side of the field kind of bunched in a little bit closer. They run crossers, leaving a vacancy there where Connor just leaks out. Nobody sees him. Perfect throw from Harrison Hackbarth for the touchdown.
Extra point is up and good. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. This first quarter brought to you by our friends at Stacy Furniture and Design. The replay here by our friends at Black Walnut Cafe. Just an easy throw from Hackbarth to a wide open Connor Bell, who runs into the end zone untouched for the 31-yard touchdown. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you from Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
If you need to sell your car, truck, or SUV, now's the time. Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine is buying more than ever, which means you'll get more than ever from the #1 Chevy dealer in America. As your regional buying center, getting an offer is as easy as driving through and getting a check on the spot in minutes. Or use it to trade into a new Chevrolet and save even more. This is Texas. This is Classic. Relax and enjoy the difference.
We're back here on Tradio, and the kickoff from Hayden Rhodes goes about 6 yards deep into the end zone for the touchback, and the Mustangs will be on defense now as the Parrots will take over at their own 25-yard line. That last possession after the block punt looked like it was moving backwards until third down and forever from the 31 after the penalty, and Poly playing a couple of really doing some good things on the run game. But then they did not stay with Connor Bell on that little play-action pass, and Harrison Hackbarth found him for the 31-yard score.
Yeah, I guarantee somebody's getting a talking to on that Poly sideline because somebody certainly missed an assignment, and that was covering Connor Bell. You got to cover him when he leaks out of the backfield. He can catch the football, and he's got speed to get down the field.
Interestingly enough, that was Connor Bell's first reception of the season.
Well, we see him catching the ball at practice, so we know he can do it.
1st and 10 for the Parrots at their own 25. Handoff, nothing doing, as it's going to be maybe a half yard at most, as that was number 3, Saidi Wasidi, taking the handoff. And I believe that was Vili Motamanu on the tackle.
Motamanu has absolutely dominated the center of the line of scrimmage tonight. That he's been unblockable on all these run plays. They're trying to trap him. They're trying to let him free and bring the guard over, but the guard is just too slow. And all the plays are being made deep in the backfield.
And now, before the play was snapped, they threw an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on number 6, Markalen Shepard. I'm not sure what that was for. That's odd, as everybody's getting lined up. The referee threw an unsportsmanlike conduct flag on him, and now he's going over to the Poly coaching staff to explain what that was for. I don't know if maybe he was...
I didn't see anything.
I didn't either. I don't know if he was saying something to Grapevine players, or maybe he was trying to draw them off sides with like fake snap counts or something of that nature. But
interesting.
Back it up 15 yards. Snap back on second down, and here comes the pass rush. Terrell Jones gets brought down behind the line, and now we have another late flag, as that time that was Leighton Towery coming in from the outside on the blitz.
Completely unblocked. Quarterback never sees him, looking to the opposite side of the field. Running back, or that was the left guard who kind of comes out to protect, just whiffs on him. Leighton Towery, you never want that guy coming at you full speed.
It was a loss of 4 on the play back to the 10, and then a flag came in after. And I can only assume this is some other kind of unsportsmanlike.
It came in right at the scrum of the tackle, so.
Now the tackle was clean, so it couldn't be there.
Looked clean to me.
Wow, they called another unsportsmanlike on Grapevine. That's going to make it an automatic first down. They called Devin Thomas.
And that's uncharacteristic. And I can tell you what, Coach Bob DeBest came down and gave Devin the business a little bit. So maybe it was something that was said. Again, we couldn't see anything egregious from here.
Well, back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. This one gives Poly a first down at their own 24 after the mark-off. Yeah, that's very unlike Devin Thomas. Not sure what happened on that one, but, man, there's obviously been some stuff going on early in this first quarter. That's the third unsportsmanlike conduct we've seen, and now we have a flag come in for a false start.
No, I mean, this is just getting kind of sloppy now. The refs are throwing way too many flags, and we got to clean this up on the field.
Well, and guys from both sides are going to have to settle down if they've thrown 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalty flags in the first quarter.
You got to get that figured out. You don't want that coming around you, especially when you get into the bigger games and later into this season. We saw a little bit of this early in the year. You thought by now it would be cleaned up for sure.
1st and 15 now for the Parrots at their own 19. Snap back, handoff up the middle, a little bit of room over left guard out to about the 24-yard line. On the tackle that time were Maddox Stanley and Brady Boozer on number 3, Saidi Wasaidi. Gain of 4 out to the 23-yard line, but that will do it on the last play here in the first quarter. The Mustangs come out hard, come out fast, and they put up a 21-0 lead as we go to quarter number 2. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio here with you at Mustang Panther Stadium on homecoming night here for the Grapevine Mustangs as they lead the Poly Parrots by a score of 21-0 as we head to quarter number 2. The Parrots facing a 2nd and 11 at their own 23-yard line. Mustangs came out and have capitalized on a couple of Poly mistakes. Second down, dropping back to pass is Jones, rolling to his right, now trying to get away, and he's just going to get rid of this one. It's actually a pretty good job of Jones that time to escape the pressure and just live to play another down to set up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, he was standing there in that pocket like a statue for a second. I didn't know if he was going to feel the rush or get out of there, but he is able to get himself free, and nice, smart play to throw the ball away.
This Mustang defense does like to bring pressure from all different directions. They're being led this year in sacks by Bradley Stanier, the defensive end.
Did not know that.
He's got 3 on the year, but like I said, those numbers are spread out. Same thing with the tackles for loss this year. Nobody has more than 3 on the Mustang defense just because you have so many guys bringing pressure. Snap back on 3rd down. Jones steps up. He's going to get away from the pressure, but not for long. He's going to end up gaining a yard on that play as he was brought down by number 11, Tatum Evans, at the 25 for a gain of 2, but the Mustangs get the stop, and the punt team comes back on for Poly.
Nice job by Grapevine to rally after that unsportsmanlike conduct, be able to get some pressure on the quarterback, stop the run, and now they get the ball back and in the hands of Harrison Hackbarth and company, who's been on a roll tonight.
They've had some good possessions. They haven't had to go very far. You had the opening kickoff get returned inside the Poly 30, and now we're going to have a timeout as the Mustangs use their second timeout of the half. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 11:15 to go in the half. Mustangs lead 21-0. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
And we're back. Another high snap corralled, and the kick was executed, I should say, by Hector Marinez. Again, another good job by Marinez of corralling a high snap and getting the punt away. It went out of bounds at the Poly 44-yard line, but considering he had to leap up to catch that snap, I think he'll take that punt.
Yeah, and Stanley was there again. He almost got himself a second block here tonight. I won't be surprised if he does get himself a second one the way those snaps are going back to the punter.
Ended up only being a 19-yard kick for Martinez that time, but again, the poor snap kind of threw things off. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Poly 44. Only one back in the backfield. It's DeMontrez Dunn. Snap back. Going to be a little end-around toss to Burns. No, that's Carradine. He breaks a tackle, and he's just going to get run out of bounds. Really nice job by Poly defending that. They got penetration into the backfield to force Carradine back, and he was only able to get back. I think they're going to give him a yard on forward progress to the 43. Really nice job by that Parrot defense.
Yeah, that initial penetration really kind of messed up the entire play. There was a little bit of a bobble because of that penetration, and when you get that kind of a play, messed up timing, those sorts of things are going to happen.
Handoff on 2nd down, it's Dunn. He slips trying to make a cut, and he's going to get wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by number 28, James Queen. He was trying to cut inside of Queen, I think, to get upfield and just slipped a little bit on the turf. Ends up being no gain.
Yeah, almost did the splits right there at the 44-yard line. And here we are. Poly's defense is here making a couple plays here early on this drive.
They're doing some good things against this run game. 4 wide set on 3rd down for the Mustangs. Snap back to Hackbarth. He's dropping back. He's looking. Now Hackbarth rolls to his right. Now we're going to get a flag for a hold. He's able to get away. Another flag comes in. The pass is going to be caught by Carradine, but it's not going to matter, as we're going to have a couple of holding penalties on the Grapevine offensive line. As Hackbarth, when he started, not quite sure why he decided he needed to escape the pocket there, but started moving around.
And that's what caused the hold.
Yeah.
All he has to do is really step up into the pocket. He decides to go back where, you know, at that point your offensive lineman is in a bad position and now has to hold to protect you.
Yeah.
Coach DeBest was out on the field letting Harrison know, hey, you've got to step up in the pocket. You got to let the ball go. He's still letting him know to let that ball go out of your hand. And because you had 2 holding penalties, but that was really on the quarterback.
Yeah, so it's going to drop it back 10 yards back to the Grapevine 47 to set up 3rd and 19. You're right. There was some pressure up the field from the edges, but it wasn't getting to him. All he needed to do was step up into it, and he decided to try and get out of the pocket instead, and it just kind of threw everything off. They're going to go with the power pistol here on 3rd down. Speed option. They're going to pitch it to Carradine, but this is a short side play and just no chance.
You know, and you could see the coaches pointing to the other way. I think that play was supposed to go to the wide side, and it did. So now we're getting mental breakdowns, both from a defensive standpoint when you talk about the 15-yarders, and now offensively, just a complete meltdown on that drive. We got to get to the sidelines. We got to get it back together.
Yeah, those last 2 plays, most definitely some mental mistakes, both with the scrambling by Hackbarth, and then on that speed option play. That you don't ever want to run a speed option play to the short side of the field.
Not at all.
Hayden Rhodes gets the snap, rolls to his right, and kicks it kind of off the side of his foot.
Well, I think that wind is going so strong, it just kind of held up there.
And it's going to get down at the 23-yard line, so it's only going to be about a 30-yard punt for Hayden Rhodes as the wind just killed that one. And the Parrots will take over. But you know what? Give credit to that Poly Parrot defense. They stepped up and made some plays when the Mustangs took over in plus territory after the short punt.
Yeah, they've been getting dominated up front at that line of scrimmage, but on that particular drive, they were the more aggressive team. They were filling the holes. They were diagnosing plays quickly and making those plays in the backfield.
So the Mustang defense steps back out onto the field now. The Mustang defense playing very well so far. 1st and 10 for the Parrots at their own 24-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Nice little run over left tackle that time. Still on his feet. Nice run to 7 yards that time by Saidi Wasaidi. Good gain on 1st down for the Parrots.
Their biggest gain of the night. Now you can feel some momentum for Poly, right? They're starting to get some confidence, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Number 55, Eduardo Gonzalez to the offensive line. Quick snap and nothing doing that time.
Not that time.
Everything got thrown off that time. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards back to the 29-yard line, as that play just had nothing going from the get-go.
Bradley Stanier in on that play, the junior, 6'6", 230-pound defensive lineman.
Again, for the offensive line for Poly, we have a number 61 out there who is not on the roster. We have number 75, Juan De Leon. We have number 55, Eduardo Gonzalez. Snap back on 3rd and 5. Jones rolling to his right, gets rid of it, pass is caught at the 35. It'll be a first down. Nice throwing catch on the little half roll from Terrell Jones to number 5, Diego Gonzalez. And that moves the sticks as they mark him down at the 36.
Nice little play design. They're just trying to get the ball. It was a one receiver route. He runs a nice little out route there on the sideline. And now we have momentum for Poly with their first down of the game that did not come off penalty.
For Poly, again on the offensive line, we have Joshua Romero at left guard. Snap back, handoff. Going around the left side, only a gain of a yard that time for Wasidi, as coming up to make the hit was Cooper Towery, number 31, from his linebacker position.
Tatum Evans with the quick burst inside, makes the running back make a quick move to the outside, and there's Cooper Towery waiting on him. That's good team defense.
2nd and 9 now for the Parrots. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Mustangs up 21-0. Parrots going with a 3 wide set this time. Nope, check that. 4 wide, trips on the far side of the field. Snap back, another handoff to Wasidi, and another great stop coming up from the linebacker spot, as once again that was Cooper Towery. His brother Leighton was right there behind him to clean it up if nothing got away.
The Towery brothers, wow, they just
they were all over that play.
They were there, and in came Maddox Stanley late, but I think they're going to say he was pushed into the pile towards the end of that play. So luckily, no penalty at the end of that play there.
Only a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd and 8 now for the Parrots at their own 38-yard line. Again, staying in this 4 wide formation as they have all night, trying to spread the Grapevine defense out. Snap back, Jones fires one, and it's almost intercepted. Tried to hit the quick slant, but Brady Boozer came up from his safety position and cut right in front of it. If that pass had been on target, it would have been picked and probably returned by Boozer, but it was a low throw towards the turf, and Boozer couldn't make the diving catch.
Well, Boozer's a pretty tall kid, too, so it's hard for when you're that tall to be able to get turned around. He does get perpendicular to the ground, almost makes an incredible play.
So the Mustangs get the stop after 1 first down, and the punt team is on for Poly. Snap back, good one this time, and the punt is away. Line drive kick. Picked up at the 25, at the 30, up to the 40, 45, and out near midfield. Nice return by number 25, Thomas Powers that time, as that was kind of a line drive kick. He caught it and accelerated up into the hole and got out to about the 48-yard line for a return of 18 yards. Great job by Powers.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to put your head down and run as fast as you can and get as much as you can, and that's what he did right there. Nothing fancy. Just put my foot in the ground, get some speed, some momentum, and get as many yards as I can.
They actually mark him at the 49, so a 19-yard return for Thomas Powers. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 49. Hackbarth in the shotgun. Snap back, speed option look. Pitch to Carradine, coming to the near side. He's got a lane inside the 40 and knocked out of bounds. Before he can get further, they're going to mark him down at the 39-yard line. Once again, Saidi Wasidi playing both ways, makes the hit on Carradine to keep it getting any further. Still a 12-yard gain, though.
Wasidi clearly the best player on Poly tonight. He is all over the place, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle. He came from the other side of the field to push bye-bye Carradine off the sideline, so great play.
1st and 10 at the 39 now for Grapevine. Carradine in motion, snap back, Hackbarth looking to throw, fires it out to the sideline, caught by Carradine, and I think they're going to say he stepped out of bounds before he caught it, so that's going to be an illegal touching penalty, which
he certainly tried to get away with it, but
yeah,
nifty footwork as he realized he stepped out. He tried to skip back in real quick, but he wasn't able.
Tried to reestablish, but you can't be the first guy to touch the ball. That's correct.
Good effort. If you ain't cheating, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So,
an illegal touching penalty amounts to nothing more than an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs at the 39-yard line. Looked like they were trying something a little tricky that time. They faked it to Carradine on the jet sweep action, and he came out of the backfield, and they were looking for him.
He was looking for him on the wheel, but good coverage on the back end by Poly.
Carradine comes in motion. Now they're in the power pistol. They're going to go speed option to the far side. Pitch to Carradine, trying to get some room, and well played by Poly. Going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards, but nice pursuit that time by the Parrot defense led by number 1, Nat Gabrielabamos, and they make the stop for only a gain of 4.
Yeah, that's that play I believe is called carroting. We've talked about it a few times now, and you just want to get the ball in his hands. But Poly is well aware of the fact that they want to get the ball in his hands, and they are just stringing that out as well as they can, making sure there's nowhere to go.
3rd and 6 now for the Mustangs at the Parrot 35-yard line. Shotgun snap back. Throw out into the flat to Wagner. Makes the catch, breaks a tackle inside the 25. First down near the 20-yard line. A great catch and run by Brady Wagner for 15 yards on a first down as he stiff-armed a tackler. Just a little quick out from his spot as he was split out in a wide formation. Good throw by Hackbarth. Great catch, and then this great stiff arm, as you see on the replay here from Black Walnut Cafe. He stiff-armed James Queen right to the turf.
Such a weapon. The future D1 commit tight end need to get the ball into his hands just a little more.
1st and 10 at the 20 now for the Mustangs. Snap back, hand off to Bell. He's got room inside the 15, the 10. And it's not Bell. I'm sorry. That's number 32, Julian Contreras. My fault. Contreras takes that, but we have a flag down inside the 10.
We've seen Contreras a couple times this year have some big runs and be a part of this offense, but it looks like it's going to come back.
Yeah, we're going to have a downfield holding penalty. Didn't see who the outside wide receiver, I think it might have been Will Matheny on the play, who is a very good blocker out there, but that time might have gotten a little too aggressive on the outside corner.
Well, now wait a minute. The touchdown is good, they say.
Well, the Mustangs are now celebrating. We still haven't seen a call. Are they going to take the flag? I'm waiting for the referee to tell us what the call is here.
The call is never mind. I didn't mean
to
throw
they're
the
coming.
flag.
They're coming over to explain it to Coach DeBess. Oh wow, it's a touchdown. Good. They call a face mask on the Poly defender, I guess, who was blocking who Matheny was blocking. That was a foul on number 6, Markalen Shepard at the 8-yard line, a face mask, so decline the penalty, and it's a 20-yard touchdown run for Julian Contreras on the handoff.
Just frustration from Poly. When you're getting worked by that wide receiver on the outside, you can't get off the block. That's what you do. You grab at the face mask.
Hayden Rhodes kicks the extra point up and good. 5:35 to go in the first half, and now we've got
more
late flags, pushing and shoving. The Poly players really not happy right now. Just a lot of after action that we just don't need. So we're going to have some more personal fouls and unsportsmanlike here as multiple flags are on the field.
This is something we don't see from a Grapevine team. So we're going to find out and see what happened.
We'll go ahead and sort this out during the break. 5:35 to go here in the first half. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the Silfab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Well, tried to catch who that penalty was on. I still did not hear a number from the official, but one of the Poly players has definitely been ejected for the unsportsmanlike foul that happened after the extra point. It was a foul only against Poly, as they've moved this kickoff to the Poly 45. So, like I said, we don't know who for sure. We'll see if somebody from the Poly sideline has to walk to the locker room, but someone for Poly was ejected after that extra point, which is unfortunate.
I know we've got some animated coaches here on the Grapevine sideline kind of digging into players here. So
well, yeah, Coach DeBest wants his team to calm down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Grapevine goes with the onside kick. And
I think they might have gotten it, Jacob.
Let's see. There's a pile up now at the 34 of Poly, and the Mustangs recover it. Hayden Rhodes does the little, what I like to call the suicide onside, as he just dribbled it right in front of himself.
You know what? How do you throw some fuel on the fire, Jacob? Run an onside kick when you're up.
Boy, I tell you what, that was close. That ball was touched by a Poly player and Hayden Rhodes and was still loose, and then Grapevine was able to get it in the pileup. One of the Poly players read it and tried to jump out and grab it before it went 10 yards, but couldn't corral it. Hayden Rhodes, of course, and now they're going to throw the flag. I think that ball may have touched Hayden Rhodes before it went 10 yards.
Oh, no. Now, wait, if it touched Poly first,
if it did,
doesn't
but
matter.
it was close.
But
As we were watching the
flag,
replay, Hayden Rhodes was following that kick, and at about the 36-yard line, Rhodes and the Poly player kind of came to the ball at the same time, and I thought that was really close to an illegal touch, and I think that may be what they call here. Let's see. He's explaining it, the referee is, to Coach DeBest right now. I think what may have happened is Rhodes may have not tried to grab it, but may have just touched it before it went 10 yards. So we had two penalties on the play, actually. We did have the illegal touch by Hayden Rhodes. He touched it right before it went 10 yards, which is unfortunate because that was actually a really good onside kick by him. And Grapevine recovered, but the illegal touching gives the ball to Poly. And then after the play, we had another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on number 40, Julius Belcher. That's his first, so he is still in the game. Again, we're not certain who from Poly was ejected. And right now the Poly coaching staff is bringing their entire team together. And I'm going to guess, telling his guys, look, this is not how we play football. Everybody needs to calm down.
It's been an unprecedented amount of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in this first half between these two teams.
Both teams have had multiple flags thrown on them. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, and actually they did get the ball. They did get the ball. I thought it was an illegal touch. I thought that's what he said, and now we have more flags down after the play. That was a little quick slant. So the Mustangs did get the ball on the kick, and they moved it to the 20 after the penalty. So my fault. I misunderstood the official.
Something had happened on that far side of the field.
It was away from the play.
With Dunn and one of their DBs. I'm not sure. I know Dunn went to the ground. The DB threw him down on the ground, but I'm not sure if Dunn was trying to go through the whistle. So this is going to be an interesting call here.
But again, this was away from the play.
Far away from the play.
Hackbarth was trying to throw a little quick hitter to the near side of the field, and this flag came, multiple flags on the far side away from the play. Now, this is not an unsportsmanlike. This is a personal foul on DeMontrez Dunn. I can only assume for maybe going after the whistle. on the far side of the field.
Sometimes you just kind of play through the whistle.
Yeah.
And it turns out I don't think there was anything necessarily
but
there, but the refs are trying to control.
Yeah, the refs are going. Yes, the refs right now are trying to get control back of this football game. So everyone, especially for Grapevine, needs to just whistle blows, stop. So 15 yards back to the 35, 2nd and 25 now. Low snap picked up by Carradine. He tries to get around the right end and is dragged down for no gain. It looked like he just kind of picked the bobbled snap up on a hop and tried to go around the right end and just wasn't able to get anything out of it. Well done once again by the Poly defense.
Yeah, that play was a mess from the start. A little bit of a low snap. Harrison tried to pick it up off the ground. He just gets it to Carradine barely.
Well, Coach DeBess, I can guarantee you, is going to peel some paint on the locker room walls.
Oh, I don't want to. I would not want to be in the locker room in about 4 minutes and 53 seconds.
3rd and forever now for the Mustangs at the Poly 35. 2 backs, 2 tight ends in the game. Snap back. It's going to go speed option to the near side. Pitch out to Carradine. He catches it out to the 30 and knocked out of bounds there. See where they have him step out. They're going to be a 5-yard gain to the 30. And we'll see if they let Hayden Rhodes try a long field goal here. As Poly that time was
I'd
reading.
Be surprised with the way that wind is swirling.
Yeah, this wind is in the face.
Right into it.
Yep, and you're right. The Mustangs are going to leave the offense on the field here on 4th and 20 because of exactly that, I'm going to guess. We have a strong north wind right now blowing right in the face of the Mustangs. We saw it knock a punt down earlier. This would be a 47-yard field goal if they were going to try it, and they're not. Hackbarth in the shotgun on 4th and 20. Snap back. He's looking downfield, fires one up to the far side, and it's overthrown and almost intercepted. He was trying to hit Carradine. It was overthrown, and number 2, Anthony Shepard, almost came over and made the pick from his safety position. And
truly not a good decision.
No.
He was throwing it into double coverage. It looked like almost blindly. Harrison, I'm going to tell you, you got to look downfield and see where that ball is going to go before you let it go.
So despite the onside kick recovery and the penalty, the Mustangs turn it over on downs because of their own mistakes. And the Parrots will take the ball over at their own 30-yard line with 4:32 to go here in the first half.
Surprised we didn't see a quick kick there maybe?
Yeah, I thought we might see that. Again,
a
quick kick in this wind. I don't know how far it would get you, but it'd be better than the 30-yard line.
It got extremely windy throughout that first quarter, so kind of changes what you want to do. And here's a big run by Poly right up the middle.
Yeah, nice little handoff on first down. Again, Saidi Wasaidi taking the handoff. Going to get 5 yards over right guard out to the 35, and now the Parrots with a little positive yardage get running tempo. But they go a little too quick for their own team. Everybody didn't get set, and we're going to back it up after a false start to the 30.
And this game has just been riddled with penalties on both sides. I imagine both locker rooms are going to have a what for during that halftime speeches from their head coaches. We got to get this cleaned up out here. Too many yellow flags.
Yeah, it's been a very sloppy first half, but mainly in the realm of a lot of, well, let's just call it a lot of garbage after the play from both sides. 2nd and 10 after the penalty back at the 30-yard line. Bunch formation on the far side. Handoff to Wasidi against the formation. Breaks a tackle up to the 35. Nice run by Wasidi. Cooper Towery cleans it up at the 36 for a gain of 6. But nice job once again by Saidi Wasaidi on that carry.
Yeah, nice little individual effort. He gets away from Maddox Stanley and gets upfield for some additional yardage before the rest of the defense can kind of corral to him. He's been the spotlight here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
For Poly, without a question.
Making some plays on some strong runs and also making some plays on defense as well. 3rd and 4 now for the Parrots. Snap back to Jones, fires one over the middle, but it's high. Had a receiver open. Number 1, Nat Gabrielabamos, was open on the quick slant. He was the inside man in that trips formation, but the throw from Terrell Jones sailed high and incomplete.
You know, and Terrell hasn't been asked to throw a lot, but when he does, he's flat-footed in the pocket. He kind of looks at one receiver waiting for that individual to get into his route. And really, when he throws the ball, Grapevine is honing in fairly quickly. Throwing it high and late in the middle could cause you interceptions in the future.
Punt team is on for Poly. Once again, back to receive the punt is number 25, Thomas Powers. The punt is
No
blocked
chance.
again as there's a bad snap picked up by Boozer, and he's going to return it to the 15. The second block punt of the night by the Grapevine Mustangs, as once again a poor snap threw the timing off. Let's see who was able to get their hands on this one. It was number 7, Colby Eckert, who came in and got the block. Boozer picked it up and returned it to the Poly 15.
Yeah, just no chance. That ball was lollipop back to the punter. And I mean, I don't know if the punter realized that he didn't have any time to kick that ball.
Classic Chevrolet brings you this second quarter here on Mustang Friday night. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, again in plus territory at the 15-yard line. Snap back, handoff to Demontrez Dunn's got room up the middle, and a flag comes down. He's inside the 5, and he's going to score, but this is probably going to come back. As anytime you see a flag in that spot of the field, 90+% of the time, it's a hold.
It's certainly a holding. That's what the back judge is saying now, so we're going to get that call here right in the middle of that offensive line and right where the hole was created, unfortunately.
Yeah, this Coach DeBest, this is a game, it's 28-0 Mustangs, but the Mustangs have had a couple of possessions in plus territory here in this second quarter that, one they definitely could have scored on and haven't been able to put up some points because they're of their own mistakes, and that's been kind of the issue for Grapevine this year, is trying to get out of their own way.
It's one of those 28-0 that you're simply not happy about.
1st and 20 now. Handoff up the middle. Julian Contreras breaks a couple of tackles. Nice strong run by Contreras, the junior, breaking a couple of arm tackles and getting that one down inside the 15 to the 12, a gain of 13 yards.
Yeah, he got all the yards back from the penalty, so now you're in a good position on 2nd down. No harm, no foul now from that penalty. Obviously the touchdown off the board, but you're right back in this drive in positive position.
2nd and 7 now for the Mustangs at the 12-yard line of Poly. Split backs with Hackbarth. Handoff and a slip on a cut that time. And Demontrez Dunn's upset because I think he saw a cutback hole, and as he tried to get to it, his feet went out from under him, and he actually lost 2 yards back to the 14.
Yeah, we've seen 2 or 3 slips here tonight. That turf getting a little bit slippery. Maybe as the weather gets colder, it's getting a little slipperier on the turf. I'm just trying to come up with reasons why they're falling down.
We had some rain on Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and it's been a very humid last couple of days. So, yeah, it could be a little bit slick down there. 3rd and 9 now at the 14-yard line. 2 tight ends and 2 backs in the game for Grapevine. Shotgun snap back, handoff to Contreras. He's going around the left end inside the 10, inside the 5, powering forward, 1st and goal. Another strong run. Great blocking on the outside by Matheny, as well as number 64, Ryan Knight. And Julian Contreras gets the ball down inside the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, I tell you what, if Matheny mows grass like he blocks DBs, he is excellent because he is just running that guy down the field, taking him wherever he wants to go.
1st and goal for the Mustangs. Snap back, handoff to Dunn, dancing forward, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown as Demontrez Dunn, and here comes another late flag after the play. I don't know who this is going to be on, but I definitely saw the center, number 51, Ethan Rudolph, getting into it with a Poly player after the play was over, so the touchdown should count. But right now the referees are not going to allow anything after the whistle blows with what's been going on.
Yeah, it looked like Rudolph was just engaged. And, when you're engaged and the whistle goes, not much you can do.
Now they waved the flag off. They said no penalty on the play. So it is I guess we'll call it a 1-yard touchdown run for Demontrez Dunn, his 2nd of the night, and the Mustangs are back on the board.
Definitely a good no call. Not much you can do when you're already engaged, even if the whistle does blow.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:16 to go here in the first half. The Mustangs now lead 35-0 on homecoming night here at Mustang Panther Stadium. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you from Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're
Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio here with you as Hayden Rhodes lines up the kickoff. Line drive kick, hits at the 10, picked up at the 6, and returned up to the 10, the 15, and then wrapped up around the 16-yard line. Brady Boozer on the tackle, as that was number 1, Nat Gabrielabamos, on the return as he had to kind of pick up a bouncing kick. That was not the, again, going into this win, I'm guessing Hayden Rhodes probably hit a line drive on purpose.
Well, it's like being on the golf course, right? You're at that par 4 and you got 30-mile-an-hour winds coming crossway. You're going to leave the driver in the bag. You're going to take out the 3-wood and hit a line drive, and that's exactly what he did there. He left his driver in the bag and took out his 3-wood.
Yeah.
And smacked it right down the middle of the fairway.
So they give him credit to the 17, so a 12-yard return for Gabrielabamos. And the Parrots take over at their own 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Just over a minute to go in the first half. Snap back. Handoff up the middle. Nice run once again. Another strong bit of running. That time it was the quarterback, Terrell Jones.
Again, they come out with these 3 receivers. They bring them all the way out. What Grapevine doesn't do is they don't move everybody out to cover those receivers. They're just stick in the middle, so there's not much you're going to be able to do.
Another up the middle play and out to the far side of the field and out of bounds for a first down. That's number 2, Anthony Shepard, who I guess has checked in at quarterback. It wasn't Terrell Jones. It was Shepard on those last 2 carries, and he gets that one out to the 31-yard line, so 14 yards on the last 2 carries from Anthony Shepard. This second quarter brought to you by our friends at Compass Church, as the Parrots trying to get a few things going here. 41 seconds left in the first half. They do have all 3 timeouts if they want to use them. Shepard just goes right up the gut trying to catch the defense off guard. Not going to do it, as number 99, Devin Thomas, said, I ain't having this.
No.
They tried to like quick snap quarterback sneak to see if they could just bust him past the first level of the defense.
Absolutely nowhere to go.
Devin Thomas wrapped him up quick for only a 1-yard gain, and Poly will call their first timeout. So, Tim, this first half, it's been interesting. The Mustangs have gotten some things going, especially on offense, but there have also been a couple of offensive positions. Of course, the flags have been a major issue for both sides in this first half, but at least from the Mustangs' point of view, they probably could be up a lot more if not for some of their own mistakes on offense, mainly penalties.
It's 35-0, and it doesn't feel like it's 35-0, right? We've kind of forgotten about all the good things that have happened because it's been so sloppy and intermittent and so many penalties, so many mistakes on both sides. I think for Grapevine, what they're going to do is not necessarily focus on the score coming out of half, but focus on coming out and playing a clean second half, because you have to get that done before next week.
So after the timeout, both teams coming back on the field now. With 33 seconds to go here in this first half, with Grapevine leading 35-0. It's 2nd and 9 for the Parrots at their own 32. Looks like Terrell Jones has checked back in at quarterback for this play, and they're going to go 5 wide here on this play and spread things out. Snap back to Jones. He's going to step up into, no, check that. It's not Jones. It is Shepard. He steps up, and now he'll run and step out of bounds. There was a flag that was dropped down right after the snap, and you wonder what that is. That was something in the middle of the line from the umpire, but he dropped it within a second of the snap there.
Immediately after the snap. So
Jones got about 5 yards. Shepard got about 5 yards on the carry. So something happened very quickly right in the middle of that formation there. As this series has been all Anthony Shepard at quarterback. We have a illegal chop block by the Parrot offensive line Again, that is the rule. If a defender is engaged by one offensive lineman, another offensive lineman cannot come in and block him low. And apparently that's what happened on that play. It's one of those safety rules that's been put in.
You can't do it in any level of football.
Right.
Be it high school, college, or pros.
It's one of those rules that's been put in over the last
few years.
You can cut
block, but you can't chop block.
Well, you can cut block as long as the defender isn't engaged.
Correct.
Yep. So the 15-yard penalty moves it back to the 17. 2nd and 23 now. Snap back. Pass is incomplete. I was trying to get a quick hitter. That was Terrell Jones, and checked back in at quarterback for this play. He was trying to hit Saidi Wasaidi on a little quick hitter and was off target.
Yeah, and there wasn't going to be a lot of room to go even after that catch. Grapevine is playing in kind of a little zone type of defense, a little bubble, keeping everything in front of them.
So 3rd down now, 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. 3rd and 23 for the Parrots. As again, they go 5 wide, snap back. Little quick hitter, again caught by Wasidi, and this time wrapped up. Cooper Towery all over it, only a gain of 2 yards. As it looked like they were trying to set up a little screen play out here with 4 wide receivers on the near side. They were trying to get it to Wasidi and have him come behind 3 receivers as blockers, but Cooper Towery destroyed it.
Cooper saw it immediately, and he watches film. Him and Leighton watch film together. They study together. They're together all the time, and so that veteran leadership helping the younger brother diagnose that play quickly and fly over with that athletic speed to make the easy tackle.
And that is going to be the final play of the first half. The Grapevine Mustangs here on homecoming night at Mustang Panther Stadium go to the locker room leading by a score of 35-0. When we come back, we will have halftime for you with the performance from the Mustang Phillies and the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band. This is Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio, and this is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
How did you sleep last night? Is your mattress ruining your sleep or causing your back to hurt? If yes is the answer, it's time for a new mattress and a rest test. At Stacy's, our trained sleep consultants are here to take the guesswork out of buying a new mattress. An important purchase like this shouldn't be made online or shipped to you without a rest test. We have so many options and prices to choose from. Let us help you select the perfect mattress so you'll sleep better tonight. Remember, if you're not shopping at Stacy's, you're burning money.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care, but big enough to take care of business.
Go Mustangs!
If you need to sell your car, truck, or SUV, now's the time. Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine is buying more than ever, which means you'll get more than ever from the #1 Chevy dealer in America. At your regional buying center, getting an offer is as easy as driving through and getting a check on the spot in minutes. Or use it to trade into a new Chevrolet and save even more. This is Texas. This is Classic. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the Seal Fab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Jacob Dedamore back here at Mustang Panther Stadium. Your halftime score is 35-0. The Mustangs lead the Poly Parrots. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you from Champion Sports Radio. This halftime brought to you by our friends at Chill. And right now what we're going to do is we're just going to throw it down to the field for you to catch the end of the halftime show. The Poly Band right now doing the end of their program, and that will be followed by the Mustang Philly Drill Team and the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to halftime Mustang style. For new halftime entertainment at Grapevine High School is proudly presenting the award-winning, fabulous Penalties and the Radiation performance. The Penalties must provide hard, Lieutenant Brady Allen. Players, Casey, Captain, Dave First Lieutenant Ayla Shondown. Billy Social Officer, President Sarah Randolph, Vice President Emily Daniel, Secretary Annalise Francis, Historian Annalise Whitman, Chancellor Nicholas Martin, Social Media Director Captain Political Carrying Jim Allen, Phillies and Grapevine High School. Now, this week's Spirit Girl is Callie Rainwater. Rookie of the week is Anna McDonald. And our Philly Honor Girl is Annalie France. Phillies will be performing all kick. We are Penalties. And now Mustang Nation, Grapevine High School Student Council would like to thank the awardee with the winning Mustang Baby for receiving their halftime. And we encourage all fans to stay and watch their performance after the game. Quick reminder, each side of the organization, please remember little tracks to help fans prepare for their performance post-game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Grapevine High School welcomes you to Mustang Homecoming 2023. Our team is Alex Jones, Coco 2023. League director takes us to the 50-yard line. Now please introduce our homecoming board. First up, we have your freshman homecoming princess and prince, Corey J. Albert and Jaylon Bruce. Corey J. is the guy Corey and Danny Albert. Jaylon is the son of Trey and next, your sophomore homecoming princess and prince are Miley Gomez and Gavin Brennan. Miley is the daughter of John and Susan Jones. Gavin is the son of Matt and Alexia Brennan. Next, your junior homecoming princess and prince are Ainsley Alexander and Derek Young. Ainsley is the daughter of Mike and Ainsley Alexander. Derek is the son of Richard and Frank Young. And now for our senior board. Our first royal couple is Brittany Bayo and Cody Ecker. Early in the varsity career, she was in the start of varsity football captain and practice captain. She's a member of the Icon Society, co-president of Redefining People. She's in now and both and a CNC instrument member. She's currently earning her volunteer hours in the ambassador program. While she has to settle her college, she registered close her medical technology teacher, which inspires her to the real world experience she needs to succeed in medical field. Her favorite food
Thank you, Carly Isbell, our sideline reporter. She had Coach DeBest down there in the end zone as we get ready for the start of the second half. The homecoming festivities still underway here at Mustang Panther Stadium. Of course, this halftime brought to you by our friends at Chill. Jacob Dettelmore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio here with you. As looks like we've had an announcement, I think, maybe of King and Queen for homecoming. Don't know who the King and Queen are. Couldn't quite hear the announcement there, but we do know that Mustang football player wide receiver Colby Eckert was one of the homecoming court this year.
Yeah,
yes, he is.
We're not popular enough to know who the winners are. We're not part of that decision making, nor did we get a vote. Have to look into that for next year.
I'll be honest with you, I don't need a vote. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Kobe had the block punt though earlier, so
yes,
good for him to be in the court. He didn't have to be in the locker room listening to what I'm sure was some sort of a tirade.
Probably not a real happy locker room, despite the lead for the Mustangs.
No.
And, as we get ready for the start of the second half here, the Mustang players getting warmed up in the north end zone. I think in the second half, what we're going to be looking for, Tim, is I think the best way to put it is cleaner football in the second half.
Clean, yeah. I mean, we had at least 4 or 5 minutes just of penalties in that first half. So you got to clean that up. We got to get rid of the yellow flags, take the referees out of it, let them have a nice, relaxing second half. They'll appreciate you for it, and get coach off your butt.
Yeah, because the Mustangs overall have played good football, especially defensively. They've done a really good job. They've had a couple of possessions offensively where their own mistakes probably kept them from putting the ball in the end zone. But bottom line is the Mustangs do have a 35-0 lead here at halftime on homecoming night, and looking like they're well on their way to getting win number 2 on the season.
Well, that's what they needed, right? We talked about rebound. Let's feel good about ourselves, but this is one of those leads that you don't feel good about yourself yet. You've forgotten about some of the good things that have happened. So you go into the locker room, you clean some of that up, you play a clean second half, and it doesn't really matter what you do on the scoreboard. What matters is that you come out and execute at a high level for 30 more minutes.
And
well, not 30, but you get what I'm saying.
24 in this case with high school football, 24 minutes. But you're right. I think that is what Coach DeBess will be looking for, will be mistake-free football and cutting out the silly after-play penalties. Bottom line is every player on that Grapevine team needs to understand, and hopefully does at this point, that this, because of what happened in that first half, this officiating crew is not going to put up with any post-play silliness. No. The flags are going to come out immediately because of everything that went down in that first half. So you can't take any chances. Getting yourself. We know a couple of Mustangs have already had unsportsmanlike conduct penalties called on them. We've had one Poly player. We didn't hear the number of who it was, but one of the Poly players was ejected in the first half for an unsportsmanlike play. So it's going to be very incumbent on the Mustangs to just play clean football and try and play some mistake-free football.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to want to help their coach relax a little bit on the sidelines, and that's going to mean playing clean, getting rid of the penalties, because we know one thing Coach DeBess does not like is those big 15-yard penalties that are personal fouls.
Yeah, and another thing both teams are going to have to deal with here in this second half that was kind of a little bit of an issue, at least in the second quarter, was this wind is really picked up and coming strong out of the north right now. So as you're looking at your computer screen or your phone right now watching this game, it's going from your left to right, as we have got the cold front that is going to cool things down significantly tomorrow is moving through right now, and the wind is coming strong out of the north right now, and so that's going to affect how the teams do some things. I think maybe more Grapevine than Poly, but definitely going to affect how they do some things in the second half.
Yeah, that affects your passing game, your kicking game, even with a leg like what Rhodes has. This is going to affect some of that. So it gives you a chance to play some situational football, though, and get ready for later in the year when we know that the weather here in later November, December is not fun.
Mustangs coming back out onto the field now. They will be kicking off to start the second half for the Mustangs, as they chose to receive the opening kickoff. So the Mustangs will start on defense. And again, we talked about it. The defense had a really strong first half outside of a couple of penalties. They really shut down most everything that Poly was trying to do offensively.
They've been extremely suffocating. Only a couple of runs there by Poly. Now we're seeing some players there on Grapevine doing some back flips. I mean, that's something I could never do, so kudos to you all for doing that. But, in full pads nonetheless. They are really, really excited. Maybe the halftime speech wasn't as bad as we thought, because these kids seem to be in a great mood and ready for a second half of football here. It's great weather. It's into the mid-70s now, and only going to get nicer except for that breeze. You can see the goalposts kind of going left to right a little bit. The flags are straight on. It is a windy evening down there.
Back to receive the second half kickoff for the Poly Parrots is number 1, Nat Gabrielabamos, and number 28, James Queen, as they're standing around the 5-yard line. Mustang kickoff team coming on. Hayden Rhodes going to boot this one away to get us started here in quarter number 3.
What an atmosphere. Really electric down here. People everywhere.
It's homecoming night, brother.
Nice
People
and
come
loud.
out. Everybody wants to come out and have some fun on homecoming.
It's a much different atmosphere when you come out here at 7 o'clock a.m. on a Thursday morning than it is right now, I'll tell you that.
So we're about ready to get things started here in quarter number 3.
Oh, it's so windy the ball came
ball
off the
blew off the tee.
So you'll get that once or twice, and then they're going to have someone come and hold it for you. You don't want to do that.
They give you once. If it blows off again, it's going to be. Yeah.
Okay.
This third quarter brought to you by our friends at Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet, relax, enjoy the difference. And a line drive kick, but the wind's going to carry this one into the end zone for a touchback. And the Parrots will start this third quarter with the ball on their own 25-yard line.
Hayden Rhodes is down in the middle of the field.
Oh no. Yeah, he did something as he kicked that ball.
And they're looking at his kicking leg, actually. I mean, the ball did come out kind of funny. You wonder if maybe he hit it wrong. But for him just to sit down there and kind of wait for the trainers to come and get him, that's not a good sign. He's getting up. Oh.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a limp on that right leg. He's picking up the kicking tee. Coming off under his own power. Maybe he just rolled his ankle or didn't see what happened to him. But
his foot is pointed out to the right. It does look like maybe a cramp of some sort, or maybe
could be.
He, like I said, he hit the ball, hurt his foot in some way. But he's on his own power. That's a good sign.
So he is working his way off the field. We'll keep an eye on the sideline and see what the situation is with Hayden. I'm not really sure who would be the next inline kicker. I know it would probably be.
We've seen Towery
punt.
Yeah,
but
we haven't seen him
we're
kick.
not sure.
We don't know who's going to be the kicker.
On first down, a handoff. Nope. Quarterback keeps it and then just throws the ball away. That was a zone read play. And instead of getting dropped for a loss, Anthony Shepard, who was in at quarterback, did the smart thing and just threw the ball out of bounds to live to play another down.
Luckily, there was no offensive lineman downfield blocking at that particular moment, because he did keep the ball for quite a long time as he booted out to the left and then just casually tossing it out of bounds over the Grapevine sideline.
2nd and 10 now at the 25-yard line. Looks like they are trying to massage. They got Hayden Rhodes sitting on the training table right now. They're just, maybe it's been a cramp. Looks like they're trying to stretch him out down there. Play on 2nd down. Quarterback coming to the near side around the 30-35. Nice run that time by Anthony Shepard. He made just a little half-step move to the inside and broke back out to the right and was able to outrun the Mustang defense to the corner. I don't think that was a designed run. I think the pressure came in immediately and just made him run. Nice little move on Cooper Towery to kind of juke him to the inside and then beat him to the corner with his speed. It's a gain of 13 yards on a first down.
Paulie had made this move late in the first half to get this, what seems to be a more dynamic running quarterback involved in the football game.
1st and 10 for the Parrots. Snap back, handoff up the middle, and nothing doing as Tatum Evans comes in from the edge and stops that run play. Going to get forward progress is going to get 2 yards for Saidi Wasaidi on the handoff.
Yeah, Tatum just makes an inside move and comes untouched. You see they're double teaming there on the nose tackle, because that's been such a disruptive force for Grapevine tonight, and leave Tatum Evans unblocked. You can't leave that guy unblocked. That's for sure.
Tatum Evans just crashed the edge. Billy Motamanu got off his block and helped clean it up. Gain of 2 yards up to the 40, sets up 2nd and 8. Bunch formation on the far side of the field. Quarterback draw right up the gut. Nice run, and it's going to be a first down. A nice, strong run that time by Anthony Shepard. Spun out of one tackle and then finally was brought down from behind by Bradley Stanier. Tell you what, that Anthony Shepard, one thing he, as you said a minute ago, definitely brings a little bit more dynamic athleticism to the quarterback position here for Poly.
Certainly does. He's breaking tackles. He's a hard runner. He looks a little tall. We don't have size for him, but he looks bigger than the other quarterback they had earlier in the game.
Another quarterback draw right up the gut. Across midfield, Stanier brings him down, but not before he gains another 4 yards into Mustang territory at the 48-yard line. Nothing tricky about that. That's just straight quarterback draw right between the guards. Nice job by the Poly offensive line of opening up a couple of holes.
They've been able to keep the ball for 2 minutes so far, just matriculating the ball down the field with these quarterback draws. It's been pretty impressive.
Snap back on second down, and flag comes in. Shepard gets away. He's going to break to the corner and get a few yards before Cooper Towery forces him out of bounds. A gain of 4, but I think we may get a hold here as the umpire threw that flag just a couple of seconds into that play, and I do think this one's coming back.
Yeah, he threw it right into the middle of the offensive line on purpose, it seemed. It seemed very deliberate the way he threw the flag. I'd be a little offended if I was one of those offensive linemen.
That's on you as the flag comes flying in.
It seemed a little personal.
It is, in fact, a holding penalty, so that'll back things up. Back into Poly territory. They're going to mark this. Wow, this is more than a...
That had to be more than a holding.
This
that had to be a personal foul.
May have been another illegal chop block, very
Jinx,
possibly.
you owe me a Coke.
My bad.
I don't drink Coke, so
yeah,
I'll take a Gatorade, please. Gatorade Zero would be great.
That was a 15-yard mark-off, so that was a personal foul penalty. We saw...
Probably another chop block.
Yeah, we saw an illegal chop block get called on Poly in the first half. So
that's just them trying to slow down that rush a little bit and give their quarterback some time back there.
That backs it up to the Poly 37. Snap back to Shepard. Rolling to his right. Gets rid of it. Pass is dropped, and that probably was a good thing for Poly that it was dropped by number 13, Amro El Tahir, as that would have been a loss on the play if he had caught that pass.
They have Poly has not shown any ability to throw the ball vertically down the field, and so everyone's kind of running 10-yard routes, but it's, second and 30 and Grapevine defense all over those shorter routes. No problem for them.
3rd and 21 now for the Parrots at their own 37-yard line. Bunch formation and trip setup on the far side. Snap back to Shepard. No, this is Jones back in the game. He's rolling to his right, and he just lofts one toward the sideline out of bounds. I think Jones is the better passer of the two. They brought him in for the long distance, but the pressure just flushed him almost immediately, and he just had to get rid of it.
Tata Evans, he's at that middle linebacker spot that time. He's going to come on a twist blitz. And that pressure, they went to pick him up, but then the nose tackle gets through because the center twists out to pick up the blitzer. And there you go. It's a clear line to the quarterback. He's got to get rid of the ball long before he wanted to.
This punt is going to be into the wind for Hector Marinez. And right now, you've got Thomas Powers just inside his own 40. Snap back. Punt is almost blocked again. Marinez gets it away. It hits at the Grapevine 45, takes a sideways roll, and then is downed at the Mustang 46-yard line. So it's only going to be about a 17-yard punt for Poly into this wind, and the Mustangs will take over in very good field position.
Yeah, and this is when you want to take advantage maybe and see if you can't get some of that passing game going when you have the wind at your back. If you're going to do it at all tonight, this is the quarter to do it and see what you can get out of Harrison, or maybe they're just going to continue to lean on that run game that they like to do so well.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Carradine comes in motion, handoff to Dunn. And not much there. Really good job playing that run game by the Poly defense. That time, it was number 45, Keandre Blewett, reading it and wrapping up Dunn right at line of scrimmage, and ends up getting a yard on forward progress. But we've seen that tonight. The Poly defense, it hasn't been consistent, but they've done a solid job here and there against this Grapevine running attack.
Particularly on the inside running game, they've done a really nice job when they're running inside those tackles.
2nd and 9 now for the Mustangs. Carradine coming in motion, snap back, handoff up the middle, nice run, strong, good push by that offensive line for the Mustangs, and Julian Contreras just gets right behind them, and they just push the pile forward for an awesome gain down to the Poly 44-yard line, a gain of 10.
Contreras has been big coming in, getting some reps from Bell and Dunn. When they need those hard running yards up the middle, he's been the guy to come in and get some of those.
Contreras getting some run here. Not sure. We haven't seen Bell since his touchdown, really.
No, we sure haven't.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Snap back. Harrison looking to throw. He's going to fire one, and it passes open, but just out of the reach of Darius Burns.
And that's a throw that you have to make.
Yeah, he had Darius Burns wide open on the near side, and the pass was just about an inch too far. Burns tried to reach up and could not pull it down.
And that's that throw you need to drop into the bucket. He tried to put it on him.
Yeah, tried to throw it on a line.
Wide open.
And
that
if he just
been
lobs
touchdown.
it up, yeah, that would have been 6. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Carradine coming in motion again out of the slot. Handoff to, on the speed option. Carradine has it. He's up the sideline and finally gets pushed out of bounds. Great job downfield blocking by Darius Burns. Carradine gets all the way down to the 26, a gain of 18 and a first down.
And a little different play design that time. Carradine comes in motion, but instead of continuing to go along with his motion, he stops. They fake the handoff up the middle, and they counter back option the other way. They haven't shown that tonight. So nice little wrinkle to get some extra yards.
And once again, give credit to Darius Burns for a great block downfield to help spring that big gain. 1st and 10 at the 26. Snap back. Harrison looking to throw. Fires one. That pass is knocked down. Just a great job. Or is it intercepted? It is.
It was
deflected and intercepted by Poly. And still on his feet and finally getting brought down at the 46 is number 45, Keandre Blewett.
Just a crazy play there.
Well, and we don't see it now, the deflection, but a great read on that play. I think it was number 6, Markalen Shepard. Check that. It was number 8, Terrell Jones, the quarterback, playing both ways. He read the eyes of Harrison Hackbarth from like a linebacker spot.
Now they're saying it was incomplete.
Now they're saying incomplete. Okay. Terrell Jones just looks him, follows him, and yeah, we see the ball hit the ground.
It bounces up off the ground.
Yeah,
okay.
It hopped right into the.
Wow, what leaps though? What leaps?
Well, I tell you what, being a quarterback, Terrell Jones knows he didn't rush from that outside linebacker spot. He just watched Hackbar's eyes and jumped up and batted that pass down.
Crazy play.
2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs. After that deflected pass, handoff up the middle. Little bit of room, but not much for DeMontrez Dunn. He's going to get 2 on the play, and that'll set up 3rd and 8.
Again, Poly doing really good on those inside run plays.
They're being gap sound. They're staying home on those inside runs, and they're not getting pushed upfield very often by the Mustang offensive line.
We've seen a couple big pops, but by and large, they've done a good job in the run defense tonight.
Well, that'll set up 3rd and 8. 7:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs have it 3rd and 8 at the Poly 24. Snap back, speed option to the far side. Hackbarth will pitch it out to Carradine. He tries to get the corner, and he won't quite get there for the first down. If that pitch happened kind of late, and if it had been about a second sooner, I think Carradine might have had a chance to cut inside the block and maybe get a big gain there.
Possibly. Poly, again, though, doing a really good job of stringing out those options. They got burned on it early in the game, and since they've done a really good job of just kind of stringing it out, making sure they got somebody on Harrison and somebody watching Carradine. It's making it tough for the Grapevine offense run game.
Gain of 4, 4th and 4. The offense stays on the field at the Poly 20-yard line. Snap back to Hackbarth. Hands it up the middle. Dunn has it. He's trying to get to the first down, and he's going to get it. I tell you what, that was just like a counter backside handoff to Dunn. He got contacted about a yard short of the first down and just kept the legs churning and was able to drag tacklers inside the 15 and move the chains.
He did not have the first down at first contact, but you're right. He kept those legs churning. Brady Wagner in the mix, Will Mathaney in the mix, just pushing that pile ahead and make sure we get that first down.
Again, we have a bit of a makeshift offensive line tonight for Grapevine, as number 71, Daniel Campos, is injured. The normal starting left guard. 1st and 10 at the 14 now after that nice run by Dunn. Handoff up the middle. Contreras finding some room over the right side this time. Going to get down to about the 10, maybe the 9. They're going to give him the 9, a gain of 5. Right inside the right tackle for Julian Contreras.
Good strong running on the inside.
Again, that right side of the line tonight is Josiah Vasquez, the senior at right tackle, with Bergen Weir at right guard. They've moved Hunter Caudle to the left side over at left guard tonight with the injury. Poly showing blitz here on 2nd and 5 from the 9. Snap back, corner blitz comes in, handoff to Dunn. He's inside the 5, and he walks it into the corral for the touchdown. The 3rd touchdown of the ball game for DeMontrez Dunn as he scampers in from 9 yards out, and the Mustangs are on the board once again.
Weir and Wagner leading the way on that one. Wow, I mean, that was just a corral all the way into the corral. He had his own private security going into the end zone that time. You got to love it.
Looks like Hayden Rhodes is okay because he's out there to kick this extra point. Snap is down, kick is up. No, that's not Hayden Rhodes. Check that.
That was Ian Hatton.
That was Ian Hatton, so he's the answers our question. Ian Hatton is the backup kicker tonight. Yeah, Hayden Rhodes is still down here on the bench. And so Ian Hatton, with his first appearance this year as a kicker, boots that extra point through. Nice hold, nice kick from Hatton. 5:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs up 42-0. Jacob Dettamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
How did you sleep last night? Is your mattress ruining your sleep or causing your back to hurt? If yes is the answer, it's time for a new mattress and a rest test. At Stacy's, our trained sleep consultants are here to take the guesswork out of buying a new mattress. An important purchase like this shouldn't be made online or shipped to you without a rest test. We have so many options and prices to choose from. Let us help you select the perfect mattress so you'll sleep better tonight. Remember, if you're not shopping at Stacy's, you're burning money.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to
Jacob Dettamore and Tim Smith back here with you with Champion Sports Radio. The kick from Ian Hatton with the wind at his back goes 8 yards deep in the end zone. Nice little bit of a leg shown from Ian Hatton there as he is on for the injured Hayden Connor.
Or Hayden Rhodes.
Hayden Rhodes, excuse me.
There you
I
go.
said Hayden Connor, sorry.
We're talking about Connor Bell over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, be careful, Ian. You come over, you celebrate, and you fall down, man. We can't have you getting hurt, too.
Poly will start at the 25-yard line. We're going to get a quick commercial in before the start of this next drive. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Back here at the stadium, Jacob Dettamore and Tim Smith. 1st and 10 for the Parrots at their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Trying to go over the left side, I should say, and down for no gain is Wasidi.
Maddox Stanley having none of it. Put him in a bear hug and took him down to the ground. That's how you make a tackle. You young kids that are watching this game, future Mustangs, break down, wrap up, and bring him down to the ground.
Seeing here on the replay, and that's exactly what it did. Maddox Stanley just spun him down to the ground for no gain on 1st down. Wasidi tried to keep his feet as he got twisted down. That replay brought to you by Black Walnut Cafe. Fake handoff, little zone read on 2nd down, and Jones slips as he tries to make a cut up the field. And he's going to lose a yard on the play. He was trying to cut back inside as he was heading towards trying to go off right tackle initially, and ends up losing 2 actually to make it 3rd and 12.
Mantumanu was in there very quickly, but nice shifty move to get away from that first man to even get to the point where they lost only 2 yards. They could have lost more.
We do think Connor Bell, who we haven't seen since his touchdown, is on the sideline in uniform with his helmet on, but we do believe he may have injured his ankle there in that first half. 3rd down, throw to the far side, pass is caught, and it's going to be a 1st down. Nice job fighting through the tackle by number 2, Anthony Shepard, who's been playing quarterback a lot tonight. That time lined up at wide receiver, and Terrell Jones finds him for a 12-yard gain on 3rd down to move the chains.
Hopefully Connor's okay. It could be a little bit of preemptive too. He's been nursing that ankle for a while since summer. So you think, hey, we're up big. You've had a big contribution. Maybe they're letting him rest a little bit.
You also hope that Hayden Rhodes is all right as well.
Yeah, they're working on his calf with some ice. Maybe a calf Charlie horse type cramp situation.
They were initially trying to stretch him out over here on the sideline when he came off after that kickoff where he got injured. So you just hope it's some kind of cramp or something and not a muscle pull.
He had a huge smile on his face when Ian Hatton put the ball through the uprights. So I think he's going to be okay.
1st and 10 for the Parrots at their own 35-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Snap is back. And Jones, that's Shepard. He keeps it on the little zone read fake. Going to get a couple of yards before he was brought down, as that time it was number 34, Luke Gormley, the linebacker, in on the stop.
What a job by Luke, too. He comes roaring in like a torpedo at the end of that play, puts his hat down, and just makes a crushing blow to make sure there are no yards gained on that play.
Poly kind of rotating quarterbacks here now in this ball game between Shepard and Jones. As we've seen, it seems that Shepard is more the runner. Jones is a little bit more of a thrower. 2nd and 8 now for the Parrots. Pistol formation, snap back, quarterback draw. Shepard not going anywhere as Leighton Towery just stones him right at the line of scrimmage and drives him back. I think they're going to give him a yard on forward progress, but Leighton Towery was a wall at the line of scrimmage that time.
Yeah, you tried that little jitterbug move, but Leighton Towery's not having any of it. You see him here in the middle. He's just watching the quarterback to see which way he's going to go. As soon as he makes his decision, Leighton takes off, and he meets him in the hole. Great read and great diagnosing of the play by Leighton Towery in the middle there. He's been doing it all season.
3rd and 7 now for the Parrots at their own 38-yard line.
Shout out to Trey Bell and the production team for these great replays we're getting tonight. Makes our job a lot more fun.
Under 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Snap back, and I think the play clock ran out that time.
Well, we talk about the replays, and just like that, our monitor disappears.
just went out. Don't really know why, but
gosh,
may have a janky power cord because it just popped off for no reason at all.
Seems like that. Golly, I didn't touch it. I don't know what happened there, but we are offline. So no more replays. We just talked about the replays. We were real excited. You'll enjoy the replays, but we won't be able to tell you what we see in them. You'll have to analyze the replays yourself, folks.
After the delay game, 3rd down, pass deep down the middle of the field, and it's caught inside the 30, and it finally brought down inside the 25. Number 1, Nate Gabriel. I was saying it right all night, and now it just tongue twisted me. Gabriel Labamos got behind the Grapevine defense, and it was number 2, Anthony Shepard, in at quarterback, and even into the wind, he was able to connect with him and get the ball down inside the Grapevine 25 at the 22, handoff on 1st down. And down to the 20 goes Wasidi, as he gets about 2 yards on 1st down. Biggest play of the night by the offense for the Poly Parrots.
And into the wind.
Yeah,
that's the impressive part.
It was a really nice throw from Shepard into the wind, and he even got bumped as he threw, so he couldn't fully step into that, but was able to get it over the top. Great catch that time, and it was Darion Burns who prevented the touchdown with the tackle. 2nd and 8, draw up the middle, and Shepard will just slide after getting about 2 yards before going into that slide, probably earlier than he wanted to.
Well, that tells me that he learns quickly, right? Because who was waiting for him was Leighton Towery. He wanted none of that.
There was Leighton Towery as well as one of the other Grapevine defenders. They were waiting on him.
None of that. He has learned his lesson.
So he slid down quickly after only a 2-yard gain. Sets up 3rd and 6 now for the Parrots.
I would have slid too, Jacob. I don't blame him.
Snap back to Shepard. He's going to step up, and he's going to get dropped finally, and he just spikes the ball, but that ball went backwards.
I mean, that's got to be
call it incomplete. That has to be grounding. There's no doubt.
He literally spiked it into the ground.
But
I've never seen that.
Here's the thing. From our vantage point, we could tell that little spike into the turf by Shepard, went backwards, but the officials blew it dead incomplete, thinking it was forward. That's one of those that it's tough. No official had a good angle on that, but we could see it. But that's got to be a grounding penalty, I don't think.
Certainly grounding.
It has to be.
There's no debating if that was grounding or not. I've never seen a quarterback spike the ball into the ground.
He did a great job to get away initially, but was about to get sacked, and there's the flag. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
I mean, he literally just spiked it into the turf while he was getting pulled down from behind.
And one thing I'll say about watching these games with you for the last 3 years, Jacob, is every once in a while I see something I've never seen before. And that was one of those some things I've never seen before.
I mean, you've seen quarterbacks throw it out of bounds trying to get away from sacks.
Here's the
but I've never seen somebody literally just spike it into the turf.
No, that's a new one on me. Hey, whatever it takes.
And again, that was one where Shepard, I think, was trying to at the very least step up into the pocket to get away from pressure, but there was just nowhere for him to go. And as he's trying to flee, he gets grabbed from behind and then just spikes the ball. Yeah. They correctly called the grounding penalty, and so it moves it back to the 26. We're getting the Black Walnut Cafe replay here. And, yes, he was looking to throw downfield. It wasn't open. He stepped up, broke a couple of tackles, and then as he's getting dragged down from behind, just spikes it into the turf. That was Bradley Stanier. There was two Mustangs on him. One of them was Bradley Stanier. And like I said, if a referee had a good angle on that, they would have not blown that play dead because that definitely went backward.
Yeah.
But they do throw the flag, and it ends up being a spot foul at the 26. So it's 4th down and 15 now, or 14. For the Parrots at the Grapevine 26. By the way, that long pass play to Gabriela Bamos went for 50 yards. Biggest play of the night for the Poly Parrots. That was a 3rd down play.
Into the wind. I just can't get over how far that ball was thrown into the wind, and the perfect fingertip catch from the receiver. I mean, just a great play all the way around for Poly.
Snap back on 4th down. Shepard steps up immediately from the pressure, rolling to his right, gets rid of it, throws it into the end zone. That pass is going to be caught. A great adjustment to the ball by one of the Poly wide receivers. Who was that? We're trying to see the number on that right now.
I couldn't see, but I'll tell you what. Brody Henderson, number 33, comes in from the DB position. He had a chance to light up the quarterback. You can see number 2, he's got the wind knocked out of him. He really holds up. He's able to stop from getting a big 15-yard penalty at the end of that play by letting up and still laying a big hit on the quarterback.
That might have been Gabriela Bamos once again, number 1, Nat Gabriela Bamos, as we are at the end of the 3rd quarter. It is 42-0 Grapevine. This is homecoming night. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith from Champion Sports Radio. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Yeah, everybody. If you've had a dream ever in your life.
1st and goal for the Parrots inside the 5. Quarterback sneak right up the middle from the 2 down to about the 1 yard line. As the Parrots try to sneak one across. That was number 8, Terrell Jones, trying to sneak it in. He lines up under center on 2nd down. He drops the snap. And he picks it back up, but he's going to get dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
Grapevine might have it.
They do. They do. Grapevine recovers the fumble, and the Mustangs come up with a goal line stand.
Again, on the play before, the big pass from Anthony Shepard, he takes a big hit at the end of the throw. He's not able to come in. You get the other quarterback coming in. He hasn't taken a snap for a while. He fumbles. Grapevine is able to get on the ball. Did we see who recovered it?
It was Luke Gormley, number 34, who picked up the ball after the fumbled snap.
Okay.
Again, on first down, and you also got to give credit to the Grapevine defense. They tried that little quick hit, that little quick snap quarterback sneak on first down with Terrell Jones, but the Mustangs stopped him at the 1, and then they tried it again on second down, and that time the snap was fumbled, and Luke Gormley came out of there with it. Mustangs have the ball at their own 1-yard line. Big goal line stand. Quarterback sneak on first down. Flags come out as I think Poly jumped off sides.
I think so as well, and we just got the Eagles. They call it the tush push, and that's the play that we just saw here from Grapevine.
Harrison Hackbarth got about a yard or two on that, but they're going to get 5 on the penalty.
Sure thing.
Boy, what a nice job by the defensive front of Grapevine getting the turnover to keep the shutout intact. That, of course, was after on third down and 14, the 24-yard pass, I should say, from Anthony Shepard to Nat Gabrielabamos, their second big play of the drive.
And you think
to
that
set up first and goal.
If Shepard doesn't get knocked out, right, with the big hit that after he throws the ball, maybe we don't have that kind of fumble there, but Grapevine taking advantage.
At 1st and 5 now at the 6-yard line for the Mustangs after the offside penalty. Snap back, handoff up the gut to Dunn, dancing his way through. Gets a first down out past the 10 to the 13-yard line.
Nifty moves by Dunn there.
They're going to mark him down at the 12, actually, so it'll be a gain of 6, but a first down nonetheless for DeMontrez Dunn to get them out of the shadow of their goalposts and move the chains.
Been a little bit of a quiet second half, but it's been a clean second half so far for Grapevine. You got to like that.
1st and 10 now for the Mustangs. Carradine in motion from the slot. It'll be another handoff up the middle. Contreras takes the ball this time, just lowering his shoulder, running behind his blockers, and gets the ball out to the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. Another solid gain for Contreras for 9 yards.
Contreras is having a really nice, solid game here tonight, stepping in for what we assume might be the injured or the resting Connor Bell. We say resting because he is up, and
we do believe that there was an injury to
So.
Connor. 2nd and a yard now at the 21-yard line for the Mustangs. Snap back, another handoff to Contreras. Gets some room over the near side, out past the 30 to the 35. Strong, good blocking and strong running over left tackle by Julian Contreras. And he'll move the chains as he gets all the way out to about 36.
Great job on the edge out here by number 2, Darius Burns, the receiver.
Oh, great
All
blocks.
the receivers can block, but look at that on the outside, making sure that corner has no chance to make a play and creating that lane.
And I tell you what, I believe that was Brady Wagner at the tight end position who kind of sealed that inside to get a 15-yard run for Contreras.
And that's why he's going D1, because he can block at the line of scrimmage.
Hand off to Dunn. He's got room out past the 40. Spin move out to the 45. Still on his feet. Going to finally get brought down at the 46, but it's a gain of 10 yards and another first down for the Mustangs.
Okay, Dunn, now you're getting a little excited out there. We're getting spin moves and running people over. Calm down, big fella.
Spinning out of tackles, breaking arm tackles, just keeping those feet moving.
Love it.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 46. Snap back, handoff, coming to the near side. Contreras this time gets wrapped up about a yard past the line of scrimmage. That was number 8, Terrell Jones, I believe.
And number 21.
And number 21, Jorge Ruiz, who came up to make the tackle. Good job filling the hole that time.
They've done a decent job in the run defense tonight. I mean, the score doesn't show that, but really when you've watched the game, they've done a better job than most on some of these big run plays for Grapevine.
2nd and 9 for the Mustangs now. Split backs in the shotgun set. Snap back, handoff. Dunn takes it. He's going to go over right tackle. He's got room. He's in the open field. To the 35, the 25, inside the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown as DeMontrez Dunn. No flags on the field. DeMontrez Dunn walks it into the corral, his 4th touchdown of the ball game. This one, a huge, big play, and the Mustangs are near half 100.
So much for controlling the running game. Burns are able to get a block on the outside once again. Dunn cutting off of that block and getting down the sideline for the big touchdown. We talked about Matheny blocking, but Burns here 2 plays in a row, or 2 out of 3 plays, has done a great job on the outside.
Ian Hatton on for the extra point, and it's up, and it is good. 8:31 to go, 49-0. We're going to see the replay here. Hand off to Dunn. He just bounces it out over right tackle and then just uses his speed. Great blocking, as you said, on the outside, and Dunn just outruns the defense to the house on that play. And the Mustangs, DeMontrez Dunn, having a huge night for Grapevine.
He sure is. He's stepping up tonight big time, and no surprise. He's been doing it all year. He's been a home run hitter for this Mustang team, and it's great to see him getting his yards just when we give Poly some credit for doing decent against the run. Boy, they make him pay right there with a big-time run. And then how about Ian Hatton coming in, making his 2nd extra point right down the middle, no problem. Now we're going to see what kind of leg strength he has as he has to kick into the win with 8:31 to go in the game.
50-plus yards on that touchdown run that time for DeMontrez Dunn. We think it was 54 yards. Ian Hatton booting this one into the wind. The wind knocks it down, and then it takes a sideways hop. Yeah, that'll be a penalty, and they'll start this possession at the 30. Will Poly, as Hatton kicks it into this wind.
Ian didn't know that he had to keep the driver in the bag and bring out the 3-wood. He took out the driver. That thing got caught up in the wind, and it's out of bounds, and now there's no mulligan, so it's a penalty.
Yeah, so the Parrots will take over at their own 30, and we do have a Parrot football player down on the field after that kickoff.
Hate to see any injuries. Poly isn't the deepest team that we've seen roster-wise.
No, definitely not.
They can't really afford to have a lot of kids going both ways. Really can't afford anyone to go down at this point. Meanwhile, Grapevine, I wish we could get a report, maybe from our sideline reporter, as to what's going on with Connor Bell tonight.
Well, we think, like I said, we think it's an ankle injury that coming from our executive producer, Trey Bell, who is the father of Connor.
Well, Trey should know.
And, of course,
I mean, if anyone
Connor's mother is in the stands watching this game.
And she has radioed up to us to let us know that he wasn't running very well.
Like I said, we think that touchdown run was 54 yards from DeMontrez Dunn. Again, that's his 4th touchdown of the night. By far the longest run of the night for him.
Yeah.
And that completed a 99-yard touchdown drive for the Grapevine Mustangs after the fumble they recovered at their own 1.
And that's what you're looking for if you're Coach the Best tonight, right? Again, it wasn't about getting into the end zone a bunch or putting up, a large amount of points. It was playing good, clean football, and they're doing that.
Handoff on 1st down, getting blasted, but breaking a tackle. Still alive is Wasidi, and now he's coming backside against the grain. He's got a big carry out past the 45 into midfield before he's finally knocked out of bounds. Knocking him out was number 33, Brody Henderson, but man, what an effort by Saidi Wasaidi, as he looked like he was in jail behind the line of scrimmage, but a good backside block and then him just reversing field and turning on the Jets, and he runs it all the way out for a 20-yard gain to midfield.
Well, he's doing his best Marcus Allen impression from the 1983 Raiders Super Bowl against the Redskins. Holy moly.
That was an impressive effort by Saidi Wasaidi.
Showing my age there.
Yeah, no, I know. Here's the thing. I know
exactly what
I know the exact
about.
run you're talking about, so I'm right there with you as far as being old.
Gosh.
Snap on 1st down, quarterback draw from Jones. He gets across midfield for about a yard, and that's it before he's brought down.
Well, Grapevine's made a line change at defense. It's mostly now backups in the game.
I believe that was Ty Hohenberger on the tackle. It was along with Hayden Bargee. We do have reserves in for the Mustangs on defense here on this possession.
We're not going to call them backups. We're going to call them the other starters. The other starters are now in the game.
2nd and 9 now. But, give Poly credit for the way they're fighting here in this second half. Terrell Jones steps away and just throws it away and almost has it picked off. He was trying to just get it out of bounds because the initial throw wasn't there. He thought about running a draw, but there was no lane, and they tried to throw it out of bounds, and it was almost picked off by Thomas Powers.
And we see him return punts, so zero reason why he didn't catch that football.
Well, I think the wind may have carried it a little too far. He went up for it, and it went off his fingertips.
No excuses, Jacob.
3rd and 9 now for the Parrots. But like I was saying, you got to give it up to the Parrots. This is an undermanned Poly Parrot team, but they've hit a couple of really nice plays here in the second half, and no quit at all.
Yeah, you're right.
3rd and 9 at the Grapevine 49-yard line. Snap back. Terrell Jones fires one out. Pass is caught at the 45 and going to get wrapped up right there as a good tackle on the play made by, I believe that was that Maddox Stanley, number 37? No. Yes, it was. Maddox Stanley, number 37, came up to make a nice tackle in the open field, preventing a first down. It's a gain of 5, though, and the offense will stay on the field on 4th and 4.
Stanley, one of the only guys still in the game that was in the game earlier. Of course, he's at a different position now back there at the free. Oh, and
Jones steps up, and the ball's on the turf. It's picked up by Poly, but they're going to get wrapped up for no gain on the fumble. Nice job as one of the offensive linemen picked it up. Terrell Jones pump faked, trying to get it to a receiver, and then as he tried to release it, he got hit, and the ball came out as he was pulling it back. I believe that was Bargy, number 54, on the hit, and forced the fumble, and no gain regardless. It was going to be Grapevine ball regardless because it was 4th down, so the Mustangs will take over on another stop.
Cale Thompson in the game at quarterback.
Cale Thompson is going to take over the rest of the night as Harrison Hackbar's night is done, so Cale Thompson coming in. We saw him play a couple of weeks ago against Northside.
He's listed as a receiver, but takes all the backup reps at quarterback at practice, and here he is tonight. A whole line change for the Grapevine offense as well, and they like to do that. They like to give everyone chances to get in and make an impact because you never know when you're going to be needed.
Snap back, handoff. Going over left guard that time to about the 46-yard line, as that was to Contreras. No, check that. That was to 36. Jaime Sanchez. No gain on the play.
And you love to see this. These kids put in so much work throughout the week, right? Every single day, and meetings and film work. You like to see everyone come out here in a game like this and get some opportunity, especially on homecoming.
It is Sanchez and Contreras in the backfield with Scarborough. Or Thompson, excuse me, not Scarborough. Cale Thompson. Snap back. Handoff, going around left end again. Another good job by this Poly defense.
21 again. He's been in. He's been all
Jorge
over the
Ruiz,
place.
and he was the one who was injured on the kickoff or on the punt down here.
He's been everywhere.
Or kickoff, excuse me.
Hayden Rhodes now is down, still getting massage on that leg. I'm starting to wonder if maybe at this point he's not maybe milking it just a little bit, Jacob. You know what I mean? He's been over on that table for about 30 minutes. He's smiling. He's talking to folks. He's chilling. He's getting the leg massaged. I think that's enough. Get some water.
I think that
stretch it out.
Yeah, they're rolling out that calf, so it must have been a pretty good Charlie horse for Hayden Rhodes. 3rd and 10 now, back-to-back no gain runs.
Oh no!
Oh, the snap is on the ground, but Cale Thompson's able to cover it, and that'll bring the punt team on. As we suggested,
it'll be Leighton's also the snapper, so
he is the snapper. So let's see.
He's not going to snap it to himself, although I'd like to see that. I'd like to see if we can make that work. I don't think the math works.
So Towery, it looks like it's going to be Cooper Towery who's going to do the punting.
Okay. So Towery to Towery.
So yeah, Leighton is your snapper, and he's going to snap it to his brother, and they're going to actually. There's some confusion as somebody didn't come out on the punt team.
We got a late substitution.
There we go.
Here.
Now they got everybody out there. There's still time. There's 12 seconds left on the play clock. So Cooper Towery going to take over the punting duties with Hayden Rhodes hurt. And, not a good one. That's a shank. Not only does it get into the wind, off the side of the foot, and the wind just knocks it down, and it gets killed at the 49.
That's
right at midfield.
He just got too far under the ball, right, and it just hit it straight up in the air.
That's what we call. I think that's what we call a duff in the golf world.
Yeah, no more punting for you, Cooper.
Only a 7-yard punt for Cooper Toweries. Yeah, that one got underneath and went straight up in the air, and the wind just knocked it down.
I'd like to be at the breakfast table tomorrow because I'm afraid we're going to have
that's going to be one that I think the Mustangs, when they watch film tomorrow, they're going to get to laugh at a little bit.
Laugh at that just a little bit.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Just under 4 minutes to go here in this ball game. Parrots take over at midfield.
Just under 4 minutes left now. The Patriots are the. Oh, he's looking to get out of trouble. No, he goes down hard. Goodness.
Pressure.
46.
Pressure comes in that time from Ethan Wallace, the senior defensive lineman. A huge loss all the way back at the 43-yard line of Poly, a 7-yard loss on first down. This quarter brought to you by our friends at GM Civil Engineering.
I was just saying that the Parrots obviously want to try to get into the end zone and get some momentum themselves going into next week. And unfortunately, hard to do that when you're getting engulfed in the backfield by 2 or 3 different Grapevine defenders.
Yeah, Terrell Jones just got swallowed up on that play. Snap back, Jones stepping back. He's going to lob one deep up the sideline. The wind just carries that one out of bounds. No shot, though, because the coverage.
Double coverage.
Oh, yeah, the coverage was right there. I believe that was Alan Kennard, number 28, who was on the coverage. And you also had Thomas Powers moving over there from the safety spot to get in position. Check that. That was 20, not 28. So that was Christian Friedrich. My apologies.
Trying to get it into the right play. Empty set.
3rd and 17. Empty set with 4 wides to the near side. Jones steps back, drops back. Now he steps up and fires one deep, and it's caught inside the 30, inside down to the 20, maybe the 19. A great throw by Terrell Jones, but unfortunately he's down on the turf after the play. What a laser of a throw, and another great catch by Nat Gabriela-Bamos, who's had 3 nice catches here in this second half. And Terrell Jones is coming off, but he is limping as he goes to the sideline. But, man, what a great throw there on 3rd and forever.
You know, sometimes as the quarterback, when you step up into that pocket, you know you're going to take a shot, and that's exactly what happened. But he delivered the mail. Great catch. Could have been intercepted, I thought.
Yeah.
But great catch, great concentration downfield, and now Poly with an opportunity as their quarterback number 2, Shepard, who was in the game earlier, got knocked out. Now he has to come back in.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Do they have a 3rd quarterback?
Well, I mean, that.
I hope not.
Well,
I'm
going to assume that when Shepard got knocked out a little while ago, it wasn't anything serious,
no,
and that's why he's back in the game now.
I think he had lost his wind, is what it looked like.
Quarterback draw on first down. Shepard breaks a tackle. He's inside the 15, still on his feet, and going to get finally taken down. We think, yes, he does finally get taken down after a 4-yard gain, and now we have a late flag, and I think we're going to get a personal foul for a little after the whistle contact. It was a great job, actually, by the defense to rally to him and keep him from getting any further, but you know, that was interesting formation. That was, you could definitely tell that was a straight quarterback draw because they had 4 receivers stacked on the far side of the field. They were just trying to spread the defense out.
And they've been trying that throughout the evening, and we did have a little bit of a late, and now, unfortunately, Shepard is not quick to get up. He's still on the ground.
Oh, that is really unfortunate. Man, Shepard has really shown some explosiveness tonight. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was anything malicious there. That was just guys rallying to the ball, and then the whistle blew and guys didn't stop.
It looked like the offender actually stumbled, just so everybody knows. He actually stumbled and fell into it, but it looked bad, you know, from the ref standpoint. But like you say, I don't think it was malicious in any way. But
this will move the ball inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal for Poly. This is right about the 16-yard line is where this tackle happened, so it'll be half the distance to goal from there. Yeah, but unfortunately for Poly, Anthony Shepard is now down on the turf after one of their quarterbacks has already come off the field due to injury tonight in Terrell Jones. Let's go ahead and take a break. Actually Shepard is now up. and he is being helped off the field by the training staff. Yeah, that's just unfortunate because
gosh,
that was just one of those weird things where it's a gang tackle, and he got twisted around, and then
he's just fighting for yards.
Yeah, I mean, got hit right after the whistle as guys are just rallying to the ball.
Poly's been fighting this entire game, really, and you got to give them a lot of credit. They have a lot of heart. They're undermanned, they're undersized, but they are out here putting it all on the field tonight.
You go back to that pass on 3rd and 17 from Terrell Jones when he stepped up into the pocket to get away from the pressure and just fired a strike. And you're right, I thought maybe there might have been an interception, but he got it just over the top of the defense.
It's a great throw.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal
Probably his best throw of the evening.
Without question. Just a phenomenal throw. Like I said, there have been multiple plays here in the second half.
And they have now gone to a third quarterback.
Yep.
And
looks like it's going to be the running back, Saidi Wasaidi, who's going to take snaps here from under center.
And he's certainly been one of their best players on both sides of the field.
And it's just a straight draw. Inside, well, I guess they wiped off the penalty. I thought there was going to be a personal foul. I guess they deemed that it wasn't late because they took it off.
Because like I said, the quote-unquote offender did stumble and kind of trip into the pile.
Yeah, and it was right after the whistle blew. It wasn't anything vicious.
And he tried to keep, too. He tried not to fall there, but
no gain on that run by Wasaidi. Under a minute to have to go. It is going to be 3rd down and 6 from the Grapevine 16. Mustangs trying to preserve the shutout here. And now timeout going to be called by Poly as the play clock was running down. We'll go ahead and take this timeout with them. 1:09 to go. Mustangs up 49-0. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith with Champion Sports Radio. This is Friday Night Lights, Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Did you say?
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Third and 6 from the 16. Snap back, trying to go around right end is Wasaidi. And he's going to get stopped after a gain of a yard down to the 15-yard line. That was a little quicker timeout than we were anticipating. Again, the Parrots down to using their running back at quarterback as both of their quarterbacks have been injured. And I tell you what is a good sign, I think, for Poly is it looks like over on the sideline. Oh, sorry, Tim. Sorry about that.
Another injury.
Yeah, we got another Poly player down. It looked like I thought maybe Shepard.
I think it's the quarterback again.
Is that Wasaidi?
I think so. I mean, at this point, if I'm Poly, I just don't want to run any more plays. It's becoming hazardous.
Yeah, you just hope it's not. It looked like I saw Shepard trying to loosen things up, whatever happened to him, like he was trying to kind of walk it off over on the sideline. But man, oh man!
I mean, this is becoming a tragedy.
Yeah. They're attending right now. We believe it's just Saidi Wasaidi, and so we'll go ahead and take a break here. This is Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, and Saidi Wasaidi, who has really played hard-nosed, tough football tonight, running the ball, being helped off the field by the trainers. You hope he's okay. But, I mean, he's taking snaps out of necessity because 2 of the last 3 plays prior to this, the other 2 quarterbacks for Poly both got injured and had to come off the field. And, of course, with Wasaidi in the game, I mean, what are you supposed to do? He's just taking the snap and trying to run the ball one way or the other and
Poly's
gets hurt.
lost 3 quarterbacks in 4 plays.
And now they've got Nat Gabriela-Bamos under center for this 4th down play. He rolls to his right. He lobs one toward the end zone, and it's intercepted. Up to the 10, the 15, the 20, out past the 30, still on his feet. Flag comes down, and so a lot of this will be brought back. But Maddox Stanley was just playing center field, and he picked off that little lob throw from Gabriela-Bamos and returned it all the way out to near midfield. But some of this is going to come back, we think, on penalties. Either an illegal block or a hold of some kind. But, I mean, Nate Gabriela-Bamos is getting consoled by his teammates, but, I mean, what do you want? I mean, that young man is just doing the best he can in a bad situation.
Yeah, not much he's going to do. Probably the first throw that he's made all season.
Very
into
possible,
a game, right?
yeah.
And they do that because in the break we're saying, hey, maybe stop running the guy that's getting the snap because Grapevine's teeing off, so they do try to throw a pass because you've got your star receiver now taking snaps. But, I mean, what do you expect him to do? Great effort. Hats off to him.
Good job by Maddox Stanley to read it and pick it off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just an unfortunate situation. And, the injuries are part of the game. It's an illegal block that's going to take this ball back. Looks like it's going to be marked off to just inside the Grapevine 20 as there's only 2 seconds left in the game, so this will be the final snap. But, all you hope is that Terrell Jones and Anthony Shepard and now Saidi Wasaidi are okay, and this is nothing long-term for any of them with these injuries that have happened here on this last possession. So Mustangs are going to go ahead and kneel this down. Victory formation. Snap back, and Harrison Hackbarth kneels it down. And on homecoming night here at Mustang Panther Stadium, the Grapevine Mustangs take care of their business, and they get a big win tonight to move to 2-1 in district play and 2-3 overall on the season. And they win tonight by a final score of 49-0.
Great job by Coach DeBess and that staff to allow Harrison on homecoming senior year to go out there and take that kneel down at the end of the game. I love that. I love what Grapevine did in the second half. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't scoring a lot of points. It was playing hard-nosed football, offense and defense, and playing a very clean game in that second half, which is exactly what Coach DeBess wanted to see.
And it was a much cleaner game in the second half. Fewer mistakes,
right?
Fewer penalties, and they came out and played a solid football game in the second half. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give a tip of the cap to the Poly Parrots tonight. Coming in here, you could tell, not a very deep team, kind of undermanned. They had to fight. There were a lot of penalties on them in the first half as well, but they played a much cleaner second half game. And they didn't, as we talked about, did not stop fighting. Hit a few big plays in the late third and into the fourth quarter against the Mustangs defense. Weren't able to score, but were able to do some things and fought through injuries and just kept coming. And you got to appreciate the effort by the Parrot football team.
Yeah, they had kids playing both ways, kids getting hurt, coming back in and making plays. They had 3 quarterbacks go out in 4 plays. Your star wide receiver now is back playing quarterback. A lot of adversity for Poly, but like you say, they really fought through.
Man,
they showed a lot of heart
they
all
did.
night. And I hope those kids have a healthy, safe trip on the way home and have a great weekend. They deserve it because they earned it because they worked their butts off tonight.
They played hard, they played tough, and they did not stop. and you know they really showed a lot of toughness out on this football field tonight, despite what the final margin was. So give it a little round of applause to the Poly Parrots tonight. But the Mustangs do the job. A huge night for DeMontrez Dunn out of the backfield as he scores four touchdowns on the ground. And the Mustangs here on homecoming in 2023 get the big win tonight, 49-0. They go to 2-1 in district play in 4-5A Division II. They keep pace as the Arlington Heights Yellow Jackets are 3-0. Colleyville Heritage plays tomorrow. They're 2-0. And so the Mustangs will advance to the game on Thursday night next week, where they will take on the Southwest Raiders at Hanley Field down in East Fort Worth.
Well, and now we're going to be interested to see throughout the week how is Connor Bell and how is Hayden Rose. Those seem to be the two injuries we saw here tonight. Neither one seemed necessarily very serious, although we don't have the inside information on that. But we hope that both of those young men are good to go because they're both big contributors on this team. Of course, in different ways, but big contributors just the same. So we hope those two kids are healthy as well. And look at them celebrating down there in the end zone with the band doing the school song. It's going to be a fun weekend for those kids, except when they have to watch the first half of the film tomorrow.
Yeah, there's going to be some if there wasn't in the locker room at halftime, there probably will be during film tomorrow with all the penalties. But bottom line, 49-0 win for the Mustangs. They get the shutout, they get the victory, they move to 2-3, and they move on to next week. So that's going to well, actually, I think, are we going to, Trey, I'm just going to ask here on the air, are we going to go down to Carly? We are going to try, as Carly Isbell is going to try to get Coach DeBess as they come off the field and get his thoughts after this 49-0 win for Grapevine. So we're going to hang with us here for just a few minutes. Sorry we don't have actual stats for you here tonight, but we do know that it was a 4-touchdown night for DeMontrez Dunn to lead the way on offense as the Mustangs, after singing the school's alma mater with the band down in the south end zone, now come back to the north end zone, and it looks like
and here comes Coach DeBess over to Carly now. Into the corner of the end zone. There we go.
And so now let's go ahead and throw it down to the field, we believe, for Carly Isbell with head coach Bob DeBess.
And we've got Dunn.
And we're going to have DeMontrez Dunn as well. Well, I'm not sure if we had Carly or not on that. We hope we did. I know typically Tim and I can't hear it regardless, but
it sure looks like fun the way
it looks
Coach
like everybody's celebrating. Yeah,
look, Coach DeBess brings everybody over. He says, "Hey, everybody get in on this interview. They're having a good time."
They are.
I mean, hey, you won homecoming. You had a great second half. You fouled the game plan. It doesn't look like we came out. Hopefully, we came out of this game injury-free, but a lot of happy faces down there on that field tonight.
Most definitely. So the Mustangs get the big win tonight on homecoming by a score 49-0, and they'll go on next week to take on Southwest High School out of Fort Worth ISD as they will try to get back to 500 next week and also move to 3-1 in district play. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight here from Mustang Panther Stadium. For our broadcast crew, thank you to Carly Isbell for her job on sideline reporting down there. Thank you to Tim Polster, and thank you to our executive producer, Trey Bell. For my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, my name is Jacob Dedamore from Champion Sports Radio. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you tonight. Enjoy the beautiful weather this weekend, everybody, and enjoy a little football and baseball tomorrow with Texas OU. Hook 'em. And everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week, and go Mustangs. This has been Mustang Friday Night on Tradio.